And I always, when I had American players on teams, I would always motivate them to go and play, and had the same conversations with Jaren Jackson last year of importance of him playing for USA.
That's Coach Darko getting us set for tip-off, and so for the Knicks, it'll be Brunson, Grimes, R.J. Barrett, Randall, Robinson. Is it as easy, Warren, as the eye test is? They start with energy, everything's going to be okay tonight.
Well, that's what you like to think.
I know. Seems to go that way.
It does. But, I mean, we will see and find out. I mean, I hope that is the case. I hope they come up with the right energy. But it isn't just that. It's energy and execution. Right. And you have to make shots, and I think against Phoenix they did that. They turned Phoenix over, quite a bit in that first 5 to 10 minutes, and then you add in the fact that they were able to match Phoenix's energy and compete offensively, turn them over, score, and you develop a lead that way, and then you can continue. So hopefully how they start is how they finish the game, and if they start poorly, then I'm going to retract my statement. But
I've got the retractor out.
Yeah, we're in the hopes that they start the game well and they can continue on.
Okay, countdown to tip-off is next. This is Raptors Game Night, live from Scotiabank Arena on TSN 1050.
Let's get jerseys. Let's get jerseys.
Right now, become a Tangerine client with a savings account, and you could get a free Raptors jersey.
We want jerseys.
Finally, a savings account worth cheering for.
Jerseys. Jerseys.
Find out how to score a jersey at tangerine.ca/Raptors. Tangerine, that's forward banking. Available to new clients who open and fund an eligible account while supplies last. Conditions apply.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like salivigant, peregrinate, nemophilus, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate. As in, while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer for a holiday bonus. And welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Thinking about investing? Need insurance advice? Cooperators can help. So if you need maybe we should redo the kitchen investment plan, or wait, I wonder what's in the walls insurance plan. We do both. Cooperators. Investing in your future together. Mutual funds and related investment products are offered through Cooperators Financial Investment Services, Inc. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, beauty lovers. It's officially gifting season, and Sephora is making it easier than ever to give something beautiful. Get gorgeous gifts delivered straight to your door in as little as 2 hours with same-day delivery. Or skip the line when you buy online and pick up in store. Plus, beauty insiders get free and fast shipping with no minimum purchase. Exclusions and terms apply. Same-day delivery available in select markets only. Visit Sephora.ca.
This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And continuing at home tonight, it's the New York Knicks. R.J. Barrett and the New York Knicks visiting Scotiabank Arena to take on the Raptors. What have the Knicks done lately? They've won 2 straight, both at home. Tuesday night against Charlotte, Thursday night against Detroit, and the Raptors, well, they had that nice night against Phoenix here the other night and would like to duplicate that. Let's go courtside and welcome in Paul Jones and Javon Shepard. 2 in a row would be nice, Jonesy. And as he makes his way to the table, obviously he had to fuel up before the game. So, Jonesy, there, is he with us? Jonesy, are you there?
Sure.
Not quite.
I am here.
There you are. Okay, Jonesy. They'd like to do this again, what they did to Phoenix, right?
They sure would. And as I said, Jim, it's going to take the little things, right, Javon? Listen, the last 2 games for a team that averages, 15 turnovers a game, they had a total of 17 in 2 games.
Yeah, and the catalyst there has been Dennis Schroeder, right? And he's really distributed the basketball. He's gotten to his spots and got his teammates' shots involved. 21 assists without a turnover in his past 2 games. You think about that for a guy that's playing at the speed that he plays at, as crafty as he is. And not only is he making those assists, making those plays, if you're really watching, paying attention, he's doing it with a little flair, a little flash to it. So just if this team can continue to take care of the basketball the way they have been, and again, you know that you have to bring it. That is this team's DNA. Whether they like it or not, they have to play on the defensive end, be aggressive on the defensive end nightly, and it's not about forcing teams to turn over, but containing your matchups, right, and forcing difficult shots. And that's where I think OG is so special for this unit.
Yes.
Is his ability to force his opponent into difficult shots. He's a great on-ball defender, not because he speeds you up or forces you to cough it up, but he bumps you, he's physical, you get over screens, and he's going to contest you from the rear end, and he's always going to shadow you and make it difficult. So that's what the Raptors got to continue to do. And like you said, take care of the basketball. It's important.
I think we're going to see somewhat of a traditional matchup in a sense tonight, Javon, when you look at the two teams. Tibbs is old school, and I think Darko's got a lot of that traditional in his bag too.
Yeah, it's, basketball where both teams are going to grind you out. You look at what the New York Knicks do well. They're going to get on the offensive boards, and they're going to apply pressure there, right? So you've got to, if you're the Raptors, you've got to box out, right? And that's fundamental basketball, grade school basketball. Shot goes up. You got to find somebody and put a body on them and not allow your opponent to crash the boards and get easy ones, easy looks there. New York is also going to try and turn you over. They get a number of points in transition off of turnovers. So the brand of basketball you're going to see tonight, I don't expect a high-scoring game. I expect both teams to, beat you up a bit, punch you. And you've got to accept a couple blows. It's going to be a lot of jabs all night, 12 rounds of jabs, and then that final round, that knockout round. The Raptors, you look at New York's weakness, and everybody talks about, the big down low, but they're not a good team at defending in the paint, right? Mitchell Robinson is one thing, but they give up a lot in the paint. So you've got to, again, use your bodies, use the length that you do have, get into the paint, and with Pirtle finishing the way he is in the middle, use that to your advantage. Pick and roll action, get Mitchell Robinson up, drop it down to the big fella, let him finish.
Over the last 10 seasons, Javon, the Raptors have owned a 26-7 record against the Knicks, which is pretty good. And, the other little thing that we talk about, Javon, the Raptors have become, from a scoring standpoint anyway, a pretty good home team. 6-4 at home, scoring more points at home, more fast break points, shooting about 56% at home. And then when I look at the bench, the Toronto bench has won the last 5 games against the opponent's bench. Plus 11 over Indy, plus 9 over Chicago, plus 4 over Cleveland. They beat Brooklyn's bench by 7 and outlasted Phoenix's bench by 1. So they're getting, I heard Jim and Warren talking about it, they're getting more consistent play from their bench.
Well, think about it, right? Gary Trent Jr. is at 13 plus, in 4 straight games right now. So just having him come in, and he's a shot maker, gives you another element, another dimension. You have Precious that came up against Phoenix and had himself a double-double, 14 points and 10 rebounds. But he's an energy guy, athletic guy. He can come in and change the tempo of a game just by making a big play defensively, getting you a big dunk, and that just energizes you, right? You look at these 19, 20,000 people in this arena. You're playing for them when you come home.
Let's get to the starters for the Knicks. All right, there are the Knicks, and you heard the starting lineup, and their head coach, guy loves the game. I mean, I've heard stories about Tibbs being in the office in the middle of August, 95 degrees outside, and people are playing golf, and Tibbs is in the office trying to figure out how to get buckets and how to get stops. 65-year-old, and he's cut from that tree. Pat Riley, Jeff Van Gundy, all time as a head coach. 488 wins and 364 losses. Tibbs with a .573 winning percentage, owns a championship ring as he was part of the Doc Rivers Boston staff. Guy loves the game, and you know when you match wits with him, you're in for a coaching matchup, Javon.
It's funny because talking to RJ before the game, after he got through his warm-up, you know, I was asking him how long is he staying in the city, because they don't play until they play Milwaukee on Tuesday, I believe it is.
Tibbs is out.
And he said, no, Tibbs, we's not having that. Right, and we kind of chuckled at it. That Tibbs runs this show, you know, almost like a college team. So you just know that those guys are on a tight ship.
The next city, here are the Raptors starters. All right, there is your Toronto Raptors starting lineup, and it is brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Hurry to your local Subaru dealer and get more out of every kilometer this fall, including more karaoke. Giants of Africa night, the Raptors adorning t-shirts with the Raptor logo and multicolored red, green, yellow as we celebrate Masai Ujiri's pet project. And I got to tell you, it's an untapped frontier when it comes to basketball. We are starting to see more and more players from Basketball Without Borders and Giants of Africa and all of these programs that are out there. More players emerge from the African nations. And Nelson Mandela, the impetus for tonight, as Masai Ujiri helps celebrate that. Raptors will wear the alternate uniform, the city uniform, the gold with the black trim. The Knicks in the timeless royal blue with orange trim. We're about to get going. In the words of my guy Mason in Detroit, John Mason, let's play some basketball.
Let's play some basketball.
Lauren Holtkamp, Robert Hussey, and the veteran James Williams will wear the gray and black and be in charge of calling this game tonight. Mitchell Robinson and Jakob Poeltl stand at center, ready to tip it off. We are underway in Toronto. The Knicks win the tip, and they will have the ball to start the fourth quarter as well. Brunson gets it to Randall. Grimes. Now to Robinson to Brunson, far side. Knicks moving right to left toward Bay Street. Brunson, short jumper in the lane, no good. Poeltl with the rebound.
And right away, you see Dennis Schroeder just sitting on the left hand. That's going to be the game plan, is forcing Brunson to his right hand, his weak hand.
Well, keep Mitchell Robinson off the offensive glass. He's a high-rate offensive rebounder. Raptors missed the shot. Ball knocked out of bounds into the Raptor bench, and it'll go and stay with Toronto.
Well, Jakob does something, really important there. You can't get a hand on the basketball. You can't corral it. Well, give yourself an opportunity, your team an opportunity by tipping it out. Look what happens. You come up with the basketball.
Schroeder up top. Works to Poeltl. Now near elbow. Anunoby, three in the air, no good. Rebound tipped up by Barnes. Scotty tips it twice, tipped it back, but the rest of his team was on the other side of center defending transition. Randall up top, gets it to Barrett. RJ on the bounce, far side, right wing. Left hand to the middle, kicks it near corner. Brunson, shot clock at 5. Gets it to Randall in the lane. Up fake, leans in on Anunoby. Tough follow away, no good. Rebound Siakam. Here comes Toronto on the run. Siakam weaves to the basket, spins, has it knocked away, no foul call. Here comes New York. Minute 10 into the game, no score. Barrett, deep three, far side, no good. Here comes Schroeder. Quick hit ahead to Barnes, up the right side, near wing. Drives on Randall, floats it up and in, and a foul. Scotty gonna go to the line for a chance at the old-time three-point play.
Scotty picking up right where he left off against Phoenix. That attack in transition. Randall's in front of him. That's a big body, but he puts his shoulder into him in the concentration to play through and finish through the contact.
So Scotty will go to the line for one more. 10:31 to go. Toronto opens the scoring on the Barnes runner going down the right side near wing. Free throw up, no good. Rebound to Randall. Brunson brings it front court. Up the left side near wing. Gets it to Grimes on the post, on the wing near side. Up to Robinson between the circles. Hands it to Brunson. Shot clock at 10. Barrett near side, left wing. Gets into the lane. Short floater up and in from Mississauga's finest. RJ Barrett ties the game at 2.
You look at how patient New York is, right? They got a shot, one shot off with 5 seconds left on the clock.
Great pass. Schroeder finds Pirtle sliding to the tin, right side near wing, lays it in on the block, 4-2 Toronto.
Pirtle's rolling to the basket a lot more aggressive, a lot more comfortable now because he trusts that he's going to get that touch from Schroeder.
Grimes up top. Gets it to Randall in the lane. Passes in the air to Barrett. Corner three is good.
He did a great job spacing to that baseline. OG turned his back, but that gap, the real estate was just too wide there. Great job relocating.
Barrett gives New York a 6-5 lead. Siakam three up top, no good. Pascal continues to have the struggle shooting the three ball. 5 of 48. Barrett in the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound knocked away, out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say New York ball. 3 Raptors, including Coach Rajakovic, with hands out from the shoulders, palms skyward, saying what? And they turn it around and do give it to Toronto. Here comes Barnes, near side, right wing. 9-10, first quarter, 5-4 New York. Schroeder on the bounce. Gets into the lane and is fouled by Brunson.
And that's a good attack there. Schroeder again in that roll action. Pirtle diving to the basket. And, you know, if he didn't get fouled there, he also had Pascal on the weak side. And Pascal's wide open. But a lot of that play develops because, again, that two-man game, you know these guys have chemistry between Schroeder and Pirtle. But Pirtle rolling to the basket hard and attracting all the attention.
9:03 first quarter. Schroeder misses the free throw. Ouch. Raptors near the bottom of the NBA in free throw shooting, ranking 29th. The Knicks not much better at 28.
No, both of those teams. Raptors shooting 72.9%. And New York just at 73%.
Free throw is going to be an issue tonight. 5 apiece, 8:50 first quarter. Brunson kicks it out. Randall, three up top, short. Long rebound, Siakam. Gets it to Schroeder, far side. Steps into a three. Got it down the bottom of the well for Dennis Schroeder. Raptors up 8-5. Barrett back, far side. Skips into the lane. Lays it up and in. Got a step on Anunoby. 8-7 Toronto. 8.5 to go, first quarter. Scotty Barnes inside. Had Grimes on him, and that is mouse.
With these big wins, they would essentially post up mid-transition against their opponent, right? Scotty Barnes doing the same thing right there, picking up a foul.
Foul on Grimes. Raptors front court in the gold, moving left to right. Pirtle to Schroeder. Works left. Tries to hit Pirtle on the pocket pass. It's kicked out of bounds by Mitchell Robinson. So Raptor ball, far side, left wing. 8:19 first quarter, 8-7 Toronto in the gold and black uniforms. Giants of Africa night. Schroeder takes the inbound, corner three, no good, long rebound, Siakam. On the bounce straight away on Mitchell Robinson, gets it to Schroeder, to Pascal, shot fake, jab, elbow jumper, clean for Siakam. 18-footer goes down, 10-7 Toronto.
That's cool. If the three ball's not dropping, you have Mitchell Robinson on you, the jab step loosens him up, right? Pascal pops up into that jumper confidently.
Randall backing down on Schroeder, near side. Kicks it up top. Brunson, deep three, no good. Rebound, Barnes, or Anunoby. Out to Schroeder. Again, they get it to Barnes, down low on the quick post-up. Finds Pirtle, underneath. Kicks it out, Anunoby, swing it, Schroeder. Raptors moving the ball, Schroeder into the corner. Barnes, three, good. Down the bottom of the well for Scotty B. Javon, that was like the schoolyard. Everybody got a feel.
Inside, outside, ball moving, extra pass, Schroeder at penetration. Strong side help. All right, I'm kicking it out. I trust my shooter.
Somewhere up there, Warren Ward's clapping his hands and say, me, me, me. Give me a touch. Shot missed by New York. Here come the Raptors. Schroeder kicks it to Pirtle, trailing. Drives, has it knocked away. Here comes New York. 7 minutes, first quarter, 13-7 Toronto. Randall puts it on the deck, drives, floats it up and in, far side.
That's a tough take, right? Attacking to his right side.
Raptors run the floor. Man, Schroeder threw that like he was thrown to a wide receiver. Scotty ran under it and laid it in.
I didn't even get a chance to finish my thought, and Scotty was out. Great job. Schroeder quarterback here. Scotty running like a wide receiver. Great hands, great finish.
15-9 Toronto, 6:44 first quarter. Tibbs wants to talk, so we'll take a break. Raptors by 6:44 first quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Love meatballs? You could have spaghetti and meatballs, but why have a dish where they're mentioned second, like an afterthought? With 2-for-1 Pizza's new meatball menu, meatballs are the star of the show with dishes like meatball pizza, with meatballs, green peppers, and red onions starting at just $11.99, or their classic meatball sandwich on 6-inch toasted garlic bread smothered in classic tomato sauce and mozzarella from just $9.99. Order online at 2for1pizza.com.
Unhibernate, verb, to laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage, I am going to unhibernate by visiting my local Subaru dealer for a holiday bonus. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
15-9, Toronto leading New York, 6:44 to go. First quarter, Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, courtside with Andrew Drover. Cast of thousands tonight, Giants of Africa night. So, I don't know, maybe they're pumping up the crew to make sure we get it done right. You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg at halftime. Owen Hall, our producer, Matt Cardadero and Cameron Moore operating the board back at Raptors Central. And Josh Libba and Paul Gatt up top. Good start so far, Javon, for the Raptors, shooting 54.5%. And you know, an interesting stat, Javon, when the Raptors hit a certain percentage, they're pretty good. 45% or more, they are 8-4 this year.
Well, you're going to have good percents when you're making the right plays and the right passes, right? 6 assists on 6 made field goals, but more importantly, Brunson and Randall combined 1 for 6 so far.
Barrett, corner 3, no good. Long rebound, Anunoby. Raptors in the gold, coming left to right. Schroeder up top, and Brunson hitting the deck. They got the foul on Pirtle. I think Brunson kind of sold that one.
Yeah, he knew as soon as that switch happened, he didn't stand a chance if Brunson got positioned down low. So he just set up shop and embellished it a bit, took it in the chest, but got the attention of the officials.
15-9 Toronto. 6:20 to go, first quarter. The lob to Mitchell Robinson from Barrett is a jam. 15-11. Raptor lead cut to 4. First quarter action. First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. Pirtle on the lob. Anunoby misses the reverse jam.
And he knows it. He's laughing on the way back. But I love that action there. You get to the elbow.
Great action.
You're getting that Iverson cut over the top. And OG curls to the basket. A number of times they've ran that out of timeouts, and you've gotten that dunk every single time. You know, I thought he missed the jump. He mistimed his jump.
Yes.
He still got there to finish it. He's got to put that one in.
Everybody knows that play. It was a famous Allen Iverson coming off the 2 screens at the elbow. 2 chests. I think that's what they used to call
Allen's
it.
coming off the ISO you, though. He's going one-on-one.
Oh, yeah, no, you got a better chance of getting that ball out of his hand, maybe with a police officer. Randall, fall-away jumper in the lane, good. And the Knicks, with 4 straight, have cut the lead to 15-13. 5:40 first quarter. Schroeder up top to Siakam. Gets it now to Trent in the ball game to Schroeder. Works left hand to the middle. Finds Pirtle. Kick out Anunoby. OG drive, lays it down. Pirtle, reverse layup up and in. Used the rim nicely against the shot blocker Robinson. 17-13 Raptors.
You can really see that Pirtle is growing in this offense. He's really found his way now. Trusts his teammates, gives it up. They're getting it right back to him, and he's delivering.
Brunson, pull-up jumper, mid-range jumper about 16 feet, far side, right wing. 17-15 Raptors. 5 minutes first quarter. Anunoby puts it on the ground. Into the lane to Pirtle. Jakob down low, dribbles it out, finds Trent. Gary, shot clock at 5, gotta go. Into the lane against Grimes. Tough, fall away, no good. Rebound, Randall. Up the near side left wing. New York in the blue and orange trimming, moving right to left. In the lane, they kick it out. Brunson drives left to the baseline, stops, kicks it up top. Jason Hart into the ball game. Now gets it to Randall. Drives on Anunoby, leans in. Great D by OG. The shot no good. Didn't buy any of the fakes. Siakam with the rebound. Up the middle of the court, spins into the lane, puts it up no good, but he's fouled. And Pascal going to get a couple of free throws. Javon, we could see there, as we described to our listeners, why OG was all defense. Yeah. Randall gave him everything in the bag, and OG said, nah, you're taking a contested fall away.
Well, he's just so valuable because, and we spoke about it earlier, and how he plays defense, right? Randall is penetrating to the basket, and that's a physical player. Takes the contact, takes the shot fake, and OG stays grounded, he stays disciplined, but at the point of the shot is when he contests and force Randall into a tough one. Right, didn't foul. And a lot of guys at that point there, you know, you get a shot fake, you get a jab, or you get somebody bumping into you, initiating contact, you tend to swipe down at the basketball, pick up a lazy foul, and put your opponent at the free throw line. And that's what you got to appreciate about OG, and he can do that whether he's playing positions 1, defending positions 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Siakam on the line, second free throw no good, so 1 of 2 for Pascal. The Raptors lead this one, 18-15. Here comes Brunson into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound, Randall leans in, puts it up, score it, and a foul. You could see Randall using that big body as he leaned in there, Javon.
That's what the Knicks do, right? They're 5th in the league in second chance points, getting about 16 a game. And you can see exactly why, right? Randall getting on the inside of OG, coming up with the offensive board and putting it back, getting himself to the line. You compound the issue there with the foul.
18-17, Randall starting on the line. and trying to tie it. He does. Free throw good for New York. We're tied at 18. Randall with 7. Tied for top honors in the game with R.J. Barrett and Scotty Barnes. Achua into the ball game. Anunoby, shot fake, drives in, short jumper, no good. 12 feet far side, here comes Randall. 3:40 first quarter. Randall drives, puts it on the floor, gets into the lane, and is fouled.
You know, at some point, you know, Randall's going to get himself called for an offensive foul because a number of times he's gone into the paint today, and we're seeing him displace the defense, just dipping his shoulder and his head into the chest.
He's a bull in a china shop. That's what it amounts to. Deep jumper, no good. Rebound, Anunoby. Here comes Toronto front court. Siakam drives, is kind of undercut, falls hard to the ground, and still down. Randall went over to help him up, but Pascal down with his hands, his head buried in his hands. That was a hard foul by Siakam. They've got the foul on Randall.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a foul call on number 30, Julius Randle in the Knicks. It's his second, and team down number 5. In addition, the officials would like to review the play.
Okay, so what happened was that we couldn't see was after the foul, Randall tried to walk away from Siakam and hit him right in the head with his knee.
Yeah, the knee got him in the forehead there. I don't think that wasn't intentional.
I don't think it was.
Away from the play, and Pascal was on his way up. Right?
Under review for dead ball contact to see if it rises to the level of unsportsmanlike and/or flagrant.
Well, James Williams telling you to see if it is at the level of unsportsmanlike. It was a hard hit on Pascal's head. I don't think it was intentional, though, Javon. I just thought he was walking away, Julius, and then he was reaching down actually to kind of tap Pascal on the bottom to say, "You all right, man?" And I just from looking at Randall's reaction, not just focusing on the knee to the head, I don't think it was intentional. I think they're doing a disservice now by just showing the knee down. You got to show the whole thing.
Yeah.
You got to show the whole thing. I think that's a disservice to show just the knee down. You got to look at Randall's upper body as he was walking away, not looking, and didn't see Pascal. I don't think Julius Randle is that kind of a player. So we'll see what they say. Lauren Holtkamp and James Williams reviewing. Talking with the replay center in Secaucus. We get the ruling now.
After review, Julius Randle's right leg contacts Siakam in the face. However, this is incidental contact. It'll be 2 shots for Siakam for the actual foul that was called. We'll play off the make or miss. Common foul.
Yeah, that's the right call.
Incidental contact. Yeah, I didn't think it was.
After review, ladies and gentlemen, it is a common foul. The foul has not been upgraded. As called, offensive foul number.
I just thought he was walking away and not looking. And so Siakam will go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws. If you're Siakam, hopefully you knock these down. Siakam, Schroeder, Trent, Achua, and Anunoby on the floor. The Raptors with the United Nations on the floor now. OG, born in the UK. Precious, Nigerian. Siakam from Cameroon. Schroeder from Germany, and Trent from the USA. Raptors have 7 players born outside of the U.S. Free throws good for Pascal. 2018 Toronto, and they're going to pick up full court. Randall going to inbound. They get it to Emmanuel quickly. He brings it front court. Far side right wing. 3:17 first quarter, 2018 Raptors. Quickly gets it to Randall. Randall drives. Anunoby D's him up. They swing it around. Brunson 3 up top. Good. Ball movement by the Knicks.
Yeah. And you can't say enough about the defense there. Great defense. Started 94 feet with pressure. Good rotation. Right? You just had a great shooter make a big play.
21-20 New York on the Brunson 3. Anunoby in the lane. Gets to the hoop. Floats it up. No good. Here comes Brunson. Got to finish the layups. Josh Hart in the lane. Lays it up and in. 23-20 New York. Timeout. Darko Rajakovic.
And that's Josh Hart's game, right? He shot over 57% from the field in each of the Knicks' past 5 wins. But you see him there, right? He's going to rebound the basketball. If not, he's going to get out and run. Brunson doing a good job finding him in transition. Easy lay.
Let's take a break. 2:43 first quarter. Knicks 23, Raptors 20. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
You're running late to your friend's uncle's cousin's holiday party and you can't show up empty-handed. That's when you see it. Subway's buy a $30 gift card and get 6 free cookies promotion. Now you'll have a gift and some treats for the group. Scratch that. Now you'll have a gift and some snacks for the drive. Either way, we've got you covered with 6 free cookies when you buy a $30 gift card. Only at Subway. Offer valid until December 31st, 2023.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
The secret to my super strength? A mega-calorie diet. And my super strong muscles are exactly what Ed and Kate needed. They wanted a backyard with a tiki bar. You know the vibe. They were approved for a home renovation loan. And I got these powerful hands dirty. Their backyard is now glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Hey Raptor fans, what's better than the team winning on the court? A win for the kids and a win for you. When you play the MLSE Foundation 50-50 jackpot, you help communities get kids and youth off the sidelines and onto the court. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. Will you be a winner this season? Only one way to know. Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
2:43 first quarter. Raptors trailing New York 23-20. And the Raptors have suddenly gone a little bit cold from the floor, Javon, while the Knicks have picked it up. And the other thing you really want to keep an eye on is the rebounding. Both of these teams, top 10 rebounding teams. And that could be a factor tonight. Of course, the turnovers. New York has yet to turn the ball over, and Toronto's given it away twice.
Yeah, and you know, you look at the score right now. He played about 10 minutes in this opening quarter, and it's clear it's not going to be a high-scoring game, right? So those little things there, rebounding the basketball, taking care of the basketball, and just execution in the half court is going to be important. And for the Raptors, just limiting the transition play, especially when New York's with this lineup with Quickly and Hart, not allowing easy baskets there for them.
Flynn into the ball game for Toronto, out there with Siakam, Trent, Achua, and Barnes. Precious in the lane, puts it up and in. Strong take by Precious. Raptors cut the lead to 1, 23-22 New York. Scotty Barnes picks up Jalen Brunson, three-quarter court. Siakam guarding Randall. Randall spins into the lane. Kicks to Brunson, 3-ball, far side, good. Scotty helped off him just enough to let Brunson knock down a triple. 26-22 New York. Can't leave that guy.
Yeah, you can't leave him. You can help, but the sense of urgency's got to be there when you're getting back out to a shooter like Brunson.
Barnes up top. Raptors in the gold, moving from left to right. Flynn, drive. Lobs it down to Barnes, floats it up and in. Great job by Malachi. Patient on the mismatch down low to find Scotty.
Great job on the pass, but Scotty, again, great school basketball, keeping the ball high on the catch and finishing high, not giving the defense a chance to swipe at the basketball.
Brunson drives, lays it down. Hartenstein puts it up, score it in a foul. The big man leans in and gets it down. The foul on Achua, and there's Brunson again. turning the corner, Javon.
Well, that's where it starts, right? If Hartenstein is in the dunker spot, he's catching the ball that low. You know, these guys at this level, anybody's going to be able to finish that. But when Brunson turns that corner, and again, you're forcing him to the right hand, you still got to play defense, right? You still got to contest.
Yep.
You still got to be there when he actually makes that turn, because he's a heck of a player, heck of a playmaker. And as he turns, Scotty's trying to recover then. It's a little bit too late. Defense steps up, and he's dropping it down to Hartenstein,
who makes the free throw. 29-24 New York. Biggest lead of the game for Knicks. Minute 25 to go, first quarter. Trent Achua, far side. Gets it to Barnes on the angle. Scotty into the lane against Josh Hart. Scotty walks him inside. Tries to pass to Precious, knocked away. Raptors get it back. Siakam has to hoist the three, no good. Rebound, Achua up, no good. Tips it up, no good. Raptors wanted the foul, didn't get it. Here comes Randall, front court. On the bounce against Siakam. Backing him down, spins in the lane, a floater up and in. It's a tough move by Randall. 31-24 New York. Knicks finishing the quarter well, Raptors are not. Siakam on the elbow, at the nail, the fall-away jumper, no good. Rebound, Knicks can't squeeze it. Off Hartenstein, out of bounds. It'll be Toronto basketball. Got to finish the quarter well, Javon.
End of quarters and start of quarters are extremely important.
Trent on the inbound, takes it to the hoop and lays it in. 35 seconds first quarter, 31-26 New York. Dante DiVincenzo into the ball game. Quickly now up top, into the lane, kicks it out. RJ Barrett spins, puts it up, no good. Rebound tipped away. Barrett comes down with it, kicks it out. DiVincenzo three is good. 34-26. 8-point lead for New York. Front court. Scotty Barnes has it knocked away from behind by Quickly. 5 seconds to go. Quickly drives, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Hart kicks it out. Quickly got to hoist it, no good, and that's the way the quarter ends. The Raptors, though, outscored 11-6 at the end of the quarter. They trail by 8. After the first lap.
And we spoke about little things. That last sequence right there tells you when the offense is not working and you're not getting much out of it, right? You can't give up offensive rebounds on the other end. It led to a three-point shot, and luckily, fortunately, this last shot here didn't go, but the effort has got to be that much higher on the defensive end when the offense isn't clicking.
So let's take a break. One lap in the books. 34-26 New York. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
The absolute final deadline in the Princess Margaret Home Lottery is midnight tonight. Just 4 hours left to be in for the $8.3 million grand prize and so much more. Buy now at PrincessMargaretLotto.com.
A big win and a bigger impact. When you play the MLSE Foundation 50-50 jackpot, you support the kids and the future Raptors of tomorrow. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. Will this season include you? The only way to find out is if you play. Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
At Train West Online Academy, we have a sales training and development program that addresses all areas necessary for your success. Learning, developing, and mastering new skills and behaviors takes time, practice, and guidance. That's exactly what you'll get from our sales training program. Our training is built on the concept of incremental growth and change over time, supported by repetition, reinforcement, and coaching. If you're deadly serious about improving your skills, go to trainwest.ca to learn more. Trainwest.ca.
Why do I love getting my holiday gifts at Shoppers Drug Mart? The PC Optimum points. Perfume for mom? Points for me. Gaming console for the kids? Points for me. Chocolates for the teachers? Oh yeah, points for me. Shoppers, you should totally go. Exclusions apply.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, courtside along with our tech, Andrew Drover. Back at Raptor Central, Owen Hall, Matt Cardadero, Cameron Moore. Up top, Josh Lippa and Paul Gatt looking after Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewinberg. You'll hear from them at halftime. But a quarter of the way in, Raptors trail 34-26. The Knicks with a little bit of a burst, Javon, to close the first quarter.
Yeah, burst, and they were also playing off of Randall. Just getting his touches. It's going to be important to get his touches a little further from the basket because he's okay wrestling with you and battling and bumping, playing that grindy basketball to get to the rim.
Trent missed the jumper at the other end. Now the Knicks coming back right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. See a foul as quickly as fouled by Flynn. So New York will inbound far side, right wing. Hartenstein drops it to Quickly between the rings. Gets into the lane, floats it up and in. Had Malachi on his left hip. It's not a good defensive spot.
Right, they quickly recognized that Flynn went under the first screen and over the second one and just kept him on the backside as he made his way to the basket.
New York by 10. Achua takes the pass between the rings and takes steps. So here comes New York. Can't lose contact, Javon, right now if you're Toronto. New York by 10, 36-26. Hartenstein down the lane, misses. Tipped up, no good. Rebound, Gary Trent. Raptors in the gold, coming left to right. Flynn underneath the Barnes. Finds Achua in the lane, puts it up, no good. Rushed it and missed it. Here comes Barrett, back for New York. RJ drives into the lane, has it stripped by Malachi. Toronto coming back, 4-on-2. Flynn to McDaniels, catch and shoot three, gonna be short. Rebound, knocked away. Barnes has it. Tries to get it underneath to Achua. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Toronto.
These are moments in the game, and we've seen it in the fourth quarter against Phoenix. These are moments and points, especially when the offense is flat. And you can see the energy is just not there from the squad, where Scotty can't be as unselfish as he is. Right, the last play, just trying to make a play to the last possession, rather trying to make a play to Achua. He's got to just take that dunk and give this team a big play.
Scotty far side on the bounce. Steps back, the jumper good. 18-footer far side for Barnes. Raptors cut the lead to 36-28. Still lots of work to do right now. DiVincenzo up top. Gets it to Barrett. Curls into the lane. RJ lay it up and in. Coming off that curl to his left hand. Man, you got a better chance of walking on water than stopping that.
And you know what? You credit Coach Tibbs there, right? You don't talk about what your players' weaknesses. You use their strengths.
Yep.
And you give him a wide pin down, get into his left hand, he's going to produce. Just like you get Scotty Barnes, that 15-foot jump shot right now, he's feeling good.
Knocked it down near side, right wing. 38-30 New York. 9:49 second quarter. Quickly up top. On the bounce, near side. Cross-court pass. Hart drives. The floater up, no good. Rebound, Hartenstein in traffic, puts it up, blocked. Here comes Scotty Barnes. Front court. Scotty loses it, but it goes to Achua. Precious on the drive, lay it up and in.
Precious, he's just sticking with the play. Scotty loses the basketball, he gets it full stride and gets himself two.
DiVincenzo back with a three. Timeout, Darko Rajakovic.
Yeah, those are tough plays, right? You can't trade 2 for 3s.
Nope.
New York will win the points per possession there.
41-32 New York. 9:19 second quarter. Let's take a break. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
It's amazing how much mileage you can put on your car.
At the next exit, enter shipping container and travel 7,620 kilometers, where you will arrive in Eastern Europe.
And you don't even have to drive it. Auto theft hurts everyone. When thieves steal, we all pay.
You have arrived in Eastern Europe.
Visit endautotheft.ca to learn how you can keep your vehicle safe. Brought to you by Insurance Bureau of Canada and Equite Association.
Have you heard about Shoppers Health Plus? It's a brand new pharmacy care clinic experience by Shoppers Drug Mart. The pharmacist can assess for chronic conditions, minor illnesses, and more. Plus, they've got these new PC Health prescription lockers, so you can skip the line when picking up refills. Check out the new Shoppers Health Plus at the Shoppers Drug Mart on Guelph Street in Georgetown. Or visit shoppersdrugmart.ca/Shoppers Health Plus to book an appointment. See store for details.
Honey, what are you doing?
Building us a deck.
Why?
To spend more time outside.
No, why are you doing it?
Don't worry, babe. I got this.
There are some things in life you can't trust.
Uh-oh.
And there are some things you can, like the HP Smart Tank printer. With up to 2 years of ink included and outstanding print quality, you can always rely on the HP Smart Tank. From HP, Canada's most trusted printer brand. Available at Amazon.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog. Every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
9:19 until halftime. Second quarter brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. And Coach Darko not approving of what's going on right now. Raptors down 9. Well, as you said, Javon, Dante DiVincenzo has knocked down a couple of 3 balls, and there hasn't been anybody in the same area code. And now we see the energizer, Chris Boucher, getting off the bench. And the Raptors will roll out Boucher, McDaniels, Barnes, Flynn, and Anunoby.
And, you know, they're shooting 50%. New York Knicks are shooting 50% from the 3. But really, it's starting in the paint, right? They're winning that battle plus 10 points in the paint. And what happens there is when you're getting things so easy down low or you're having your way down low, okay, you continue milking that. And what happens, the defense then adjusts, and you're able to spray the basketball out.
Toronto front court, moving left to right. Flynn to Anunoby near side. Dribble handoff to Barnes into the corner. Flynn hops into a 3-ball, no good. Rebound Hartenstein. Outlet Barrett. RJ on the run, far side, right wing. 9 minutes to go, first half. New York by 9. Barrett in the lane, kicks it out, deflected, knocked away. Hart has it. Looked like he stepped on the sideline. Doesn't matter. His pass to Hartenstein had him step on the far sideline right wing, and that'll turn it over and give it to Toronto. So can the Raptors clip into the lead? Anunoby gets it to Barnes, far elbow. Scotty holding, now to OG straight away. Works left, gets it back, down in the lane. Kick to Boucher, 3 up top. No good. Rebound tipped up by McDaniels. No good. Here comes New York. Barrett runs it front court. Spins on Barnes. Into the lane. Fires it cross court quickly. On the bounce. Into the lane. To Barrett. Corner 3. Far side. No good. Long rebound Toronto. Scotty up the middle of the court with 8:10 to go first half. Raptors down 9. Inside. Boucher puts it up. No good. Can't get the rebound. Here comes Hart. A missed layup is going to cost Toronto. Hart out to quickly. 8 minutes first half. 41-32 New York. Quickly drives, picked up by Anunoby on the switch. DiVincenzo catch and shoot 3 short. Rebound McDaniels. Up the far side left wing. Flynn gets it to Barnes. Scotty on the drive. To Boucher, near side, drives into the corner. Anunoby, corner 3 is in the bottom of the well. 41-35, Raptors cut it to 6. Hart drives, has it stripped. Toronto comes away with the turnover. Barnes, up court on the drive to Boucher, lays it up and in, far side. 41-37, Raptors cut it to 4. And Tibbs is pointing to the far sideline. He wants a timeout.
And this is a game of runs, right? How fast did that shift change? And simple plays, right? Scotty again making passes. You get Chris Boucher in transition. But the possession before, the ball's working, the ball's moving, and an easy walk-in 3 for OG.
Raptors cut it to 4. 7:11 to go. That's what's left. First half. New York by 4, 41-37. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Love meatballs? You could have spaghetti and meatballs, but why have a dish where they're mentioned second, like an afterthought? With 2-for-1 Pizza's new meatball menu, meatballs are the star of the show with dishes like meatball pizza, with meatballs, green peppers, and red onions starting at just $11.99, or their oven-baked meatballs, baked in their classic tomato sauce topped with Italian herbs for just $10.99. Order online at 2for1pizza.com.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
Hey Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
7-11 first half, 41-37. New York leading Toronto by 4. The Raptors trying to climb out of what was a 10-point hole. And the unit on the floor had done a good job. They leave Anunoby, Boucher, Barnes on the floor with McDaniels and insert Schroeder for Malachi Flynn. Quickly will inbound for New York. Knicks in the royal blue with orange trimming. Classic New York uniforms that stand the test of time. They will inbound far side right wing as they move right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Brunson drives to Hartenstein. Hart, DiVincenzo, quickly the other Knicks on the floor. And on the pass off, they've got Anunoby on the foul. Second on OG, so got to be careful not to pick up that third before halftime. Quickly, inbounding to Hart. Now to Brunson. Drives right, kicks it to Hart. 3-ball, far side, no good. Rebound, Scotty Barnes. Brings it up the middle of the floor. The Raptors trying to continue their run. Anunoby to the middle. Kicks it to McDaniels, into the lane. Dishes it to Barnes. Short corner jumper, got it. Great ball movement. Raptors cut the lead to 41-39.
That's McDaniels playing off of the catch, right? Has the defense rotating with him and just making a tremendous play, kicking it back over. And we've seen Scotty hit 2 of those shots already here today, 15, 17-foot range.
Quickly, near side to DiVincenzo between the rings. Wants a screen, gets it, drives right, gets into the lane, floats it up, blocked by Anunoby. Hartenstein has the shot challenged and misses. But Boucher is going to be called for the foul. Great timing on the block by OG Anunoby. DiVincenzo tried to get it up there. OG said, no, sir. And they're going to get McDaniels on the foul.
You don't realize how difficult that is to be shuffling your feet. He's not running, or he's not in an athletic stance. He's shuffling, he's moving, sliding his feet, and then, making his way to the basket for the block shot. Heck of an athlete, right? You underestimate how tough some of the things that OG does is.
6:16 to go. First half, Hartenstein makes the first free throw. The big German has 4 points and 7 rebounds. I like the minutes that he gives them in the backup role. Front court, here comes Toronto. Trailing by 3, second free throw no good, 42-39 New York. Schroeder to Pirtle. Dribbles into the lane to Anunoby. OG kicks it out. Boucher drives and lays it in. Oh, man. Chris went Statue of Liberty on New York, gliding through the air with a high right-hand finish. 42-41. Raptors cut it to 1. Brunson, far side, right wing on Schroeder. Schroeder forces him to the baseline. Brunson down to the short corner. Fall away jumper is good.
That's tough because Schroeder did a good job just turning the angle of the screen. Getting over the angle of the screen. And Brunson just stopping and popping in the mid-range, right? Forcing him to his right hand.
Anunoby for 3 in the tie. Short, knocked away. Pirtle controls it, gets it to Schroeder. Schroeder drives right into the lane. Drives at Hartenstein, lays it up, no good. And a late foul call, though, on the big man. Schroeder likes that, Javon. He comes down the right side and he gives you what I call that Drew Holiday, that I'm going faster than I look, and he glides by you. Wrong foot layup, like the long layup, right hand, right foot takeoff with the right hand layup, and he often gets a foul call.
Why it's so tough is because he's coming at you full speed, and you're expecting one more step as he gathers, right? And you're talking about a guy that's finishing full tilt, right foot, right hand, same foot, same hand, which is a little unorthodox. But as the defense is retreating, they don't really have time to recover to really contest the shot, so it forces them and baits them into fouls.
So Schroeder on the line. Raptors trailing 44-42. Schroeder's second free throw. Dips, fires, knocks it down. With all the poor free throw shooting from the Raptors, Dennis Schroeder is not one of the guilty culprits, shooting 87% from the line. Raptors to within 1, 44-43. Brunson near side, left wing, backs in on Schroeder. Raptors come and help. Randall drives, kicks it to Hart, down the baseline, into the far corner. Brunson to DiVincenzo, deep 3, good. Raptors were running all over, and DiVincenzo makes it 47-43 New York. Down low, Anunoby to Pirtle. Back to Siakam. Pascal, top of the lane. Into the lane, fall away jumper, got the roll. Soft roll for Siakam, cuts the lead to 47-45.
Shooter's touch, and he knows he can elevate and get a shot right over Hart. He doesn't hesitate.
Brunson, and the reach called on Siakam. No, they called it on Schroeder. And I give the Knicks credit on that last play, Javon. They really moved the ball. And the Raptors got caught flat-footed. On the drive into the lane, Brunson fall away, good again. Jalen Brunson.
Heck of a mid-range game.
He's got 12 points, 49-45, New York, 4-12 first half. Schroeder into the lane, lays it up and in. Man, that was like a hot knife through butter. Slicing through and laying it in.
It's fun watching both these guys play because they have contrasting styles. Obviously, Brunson wants to kill you in that mid-range, but there's nobody that stays in front of Schroeder. He's going to the tin. He's getting to the cup.
Randall double-teamed, and he has to throw it off the leg of Siakam or Boucher. Looked like he was changing the pivot foot there and walking into the corner, but it'll be New York ball, 9 on the shot clock, 3:51 first half. 49-47, New York. Randall, shot fake, drive, steps in for the mid-range short. Rebound, Schroeder can't squeeze it. Could only get his left hand on it, and New York's possession will continue. Oh, you want that one back.
Yeah.
2 hands on the rebound. Barrett inbound to Grimes. Up top to Brunson between the rings. Works far side, right wing, pull up 3, no good. Rebound, Anunoby. Gang rebounding by Toronto. Robinson tipped it, but more Raptors around the cup. OG drives, gets into the lane, lay it up and in. Oh, they're going to wipe it out. No, no, no. Brunson was falling before. I don't think Robert Hussey's made a call in favor of Toronto all night. Brunson clearly moving. No, he was past him. He's past, head and shoulders past. He brushed his shoulder for the charge. I hate that call. It's called far too often in this league. Barrett, cross court, Ball knocked away. Toronto gets a run out. Siakam with a jam. We're tied at 49. Undeterred, the Raptors sit in their chair, get a stop, a dunk, and tie the ball game.
That's Chris Boucher's game right, the energizer. Deflection, comes up with the basketball, makes the play to Pascal, and Pascal giving you a big play for 2.
Barrett drives in the lane, floats it up, no good. Pirtle with the block. Here comes Toronto looking for the lead. Siakam on the run. Finds Boucher, lay it up, no good. Tipped up by Pirtle, no good. Rebound to Anunoby. Kick it out. Schroeder, 3, straight away, short. Siakam with the rebound, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Boucher up, and he's fouled. Raptors working hard for the money on the offensive glass.
This is what this game is going to be about. What did they say at the beginning of this match? That it's going to be a lot of jabs, 12 rounds, until you get to that last round, and then the knockout swing. But for both teams right now, you just got to stick with it. Stay chippy, stay gritty. And the Raptors right now, if they can outlast this, withstand this last 2:30 and continue to play with that energy we just seen on the last possession, offensive rebounds, fighting, relentless, you come up with positive things and use that energy, roll it over into that third quarter.
Toronto has the lead, 50-49 on the Boucher free throw. The Raptors getting dirty, not afraid to get grimy and pursue the ball on the offensive end. Boucher free throw good, 51-49 Toronto. Boucher's given the Raptors a nice lift off the bench. Six points for Chris. Raptors up 51-49. Brunson straight away. On the bounce against Schroeder. Step back, lean in, throw it up. Good no call. Ball knocked away. Toronto ball. And they're going to call the ball on the rim. Knocked away by Toronto. And that will give New York deuce.
How about the defense by Schroeder, right? Staying down Brunson, and it was similar to OG and Randall earlier, but Schroeder staying down, taking the contest, not fouling, verticality, staying vertical. Unfortunately, Jakob there got his hand on it and came up with the basket.
51 apiece, 2:10 first half. Siakam drives into the lane on Robinson, turn, fall away, good. Pascal said, I'm giving you the left shoulder, and fades, fires, and fills it up.
It's getting spicy.
1:50 to go, 53-51 Raptors lead. We tick towards the end of the first half. Randall backs in on Barnes, leans in. Scotty doesn't buy anything. Randall has to kick it out. Grimes 3, no good. Rebound, Robinson takes it away. Knocked away, though, by Barnes. Here comes Toronto on the run. Barnes loses it. New York's got a run out. Randall drives and jams it down. Game tied at 53. Siakam drives into the lane on Randall. Fall away, jumper good. 55-53 Toronto.
Yeah, right now with Pascal getting to his spin, but what he's doing is getting a great trajectory, some nice arc on his shot. So as he's taking that contact, that ball is going up. The higher it goes, more chance you give it to go in.
And they got a foul. It'll go on Siakam against R.J. Barrett. And R.J. is going to go to the line for 2 shots. 58.2 seconds to go, first half. Raptors up 55-53. Barrett free throw short. R.J. Barrett.
Hometown kid.
Yeah, the Dookie, Mississauga's finest. Second one in the air is good. So the Raptors have a 1-point lead. We are just under a minute to go first half. Toronto in the gold. Third uniforms, a city edition as they come left to right across your dial. Schroeder, shoulder high, right hand dribble. Now works near side. Gets into the lane, goes under the basket. Finds Barnes. Scotty on Grimes, gonna back him down. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound knocked away. Toronto has it. Siakam up top. drives on Robinson, lay it up, no good, but the foul on Robinson. Pascal took it right to him, and he'll get a couple of free throws. 34.4 seconds to go. That's what's left first half. And Siakam's come alive of late. Javon, 13 points, 5 of 10, 3 of 4 from the line.
And you know what? Not just Siakam, right? I like how this team has played the last 2 minutes. They've come alive in terms of we're gonna get dirty. We're gonna get our nose dirty, right? And that's the type of game that this is gonna be. So if you can accept that and play that brand of basketball, and everybody's on board, right? You give yourself a chance.
Free throw good for Siakam. 57-54. Raptors by 3. 30 seconds first half. Shot clock, game clock, 10 seconds apart. Brunson up top. Gets it to Randall, far side. Looked like he walked. Gets into the lane with the left hand. Kick out Barrett, 3, no good. Rebound tipped away. Robinson has it and knocks it off Pirtle, out of bounds. It'll stay with New York.
Yeah, that was good. A good job by Pirtle stepping up to stop the penetration by Randall. And as soon as Scotty Barnes got back in position, he released, right? But just attention to detail on the defensive side, and everybody working, everybody on a string.
Achua in. Siakam and his 2 fouls sit down. 12.8 to go. First half. Brunson up top against Boucher. Drives. Now kicks it to Grimes into the corner. Barrett dribble up. Floats it up and in. And a foul on Scotty Barnes. And R.J. Barrett is going to go to the line and try and tie this ball game with 2.5 seconds to go. First half, 57-56 New York.
That's a heady play by Brunson there. He knows the double's coming from the right side of the court to keep the ball, keep him from going to his left side, and he makes the pass towards his left where there's going to be only one defender on the backside zoning up, which is R.J. Barrett. Attacks, gets himself a foul to the basket, but heads up play by Brunson.
Barrett's free throw ties the game at 57. Raptors quickly up court. Siakam pull up, 3 short. It's recess at Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, Josh Lewenberg up next. Halftime in Toronto. Game tied at 57. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Hey Raptor fans, what's better than the team winning on the court? A win for the kids and a win for you. When you play the MLSE Foundation 50-50 jackpot, you help communities get kids and youth off the sidelines and onto the court. Last season, over 1 million in jackpot prizes were won. Will you be a winner this season? Only one way to know. Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
There are many peculiar words in the English language. Words like salivigant, peregrinate, nemophilus, peripatetic, and conviviality. Yet, there is no word for getting the most out of winter in your Subaru, thanks to symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate, as in while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer for a holiday bonus. And welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I run at sonic speeds, but I'm not as quick as the fastest computer. And that's exactly what Sam needed. She runs an IT firm and needed an upgrade. Within 24 hours, she was approved for a business loan. After, I stuck around to play some online games. My legs might be fast, but my thumbs, even faster.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Fisker license 12616.
Sarah.
Yes, Michael?
The time has come.
I agree.
What? What has the time come for exactly?
For me to design a pendant.
Great. What did you design?
It's a memory ribbon holding a created diamond.
Sarah, it's beautiful. A memory ribbon?
Some people call it an awareness ribbon.
But you said memory. What inspired you to design this wonderful pendant?
I was thinking about things I want to always remember.
Like what?
You, and Sean, and Michael, and all the other wonderful people at Spence Diamonds.
You're leaving?
I discovered something while I was traveling, and I have to pursue it to see where it leads.
Your pendant is fabulous. Everyone has something they want to always remember. Callum, make sure that every person is able to buy this.
The Diamond Memory Pendant will start at $249.
Spence, located in Vaughan, Scarborough, and Mississauga.
Creating a company's culture is more than a vision and mission statement or plastering catchy phrases on the wall. People are the most important asset of any organization, so it's critical to build a culture that attracts and retains top talent. At Train West Online Academy, we help you establish a series of steps to help you define your corporate culture. We will help you define your beliefs, values, and passion, and discuss how you first need to connect with people. If you'd like to learn how to do this, go to trainwest.ca and click on our management training programs. That's trainwest.ca.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
Raptors moving the ball. Schroeder into the corner. Barnes, three, good. Down the bottom of the well for Scotty B. Javon, that was like the schoolyard. Everybody got a feel.
Inside, outside, ball moving, extra pass, shooter at the penetration, strong side help. All right, I'm kicking it out. I trust my shooter.
It is tied at 57 at the half. Welcome to Raptors at the Half, live from Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Bloomberg courtside with you. So tied at the half, which is good news for the Raptors. And, we talked about this in the pregame, and Coach Darko referred to it, getting more minutes for Boucher. When he came in, he played 9 minutes, got 6 points, and he added energy because energy was lacking.
It was like some flat ginger ale, as we said in the in the break. There wasn't enough energy in the building. It's a little cold in here as well. Everything seemed a bit flat until Boucher came in the game, and he definitely gave the Raptors a spark. But he is an entertainer. I like to call him that. He plays with the crowd, and he's always looking to the stands. He'll make a layup and he'll be rolling on the ground. He's here just to have fun and entertain, and that lifts up the team. And prior to that, I thought the Knicks had a good grip on the game, to be honest. Yeah. They were trading baskets for a bit, but they were making the Raptors work on the defensive end, and I think that took a little bit of energy. And I'm starting to see a pattern, and I hope I'm wrong. When the Raptors aren't shooting the ball well individually, and even as a collective, like right now, they're struggling to make threes. When they made 3 in the game, they were 3 for 14. When they don't make shots, Taddy, I really feel like they do become a bit more flat.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it?
Well, no, because you're gonna miss more than you make, so you can't really let that affect the other end of the floor. But it's just the overall energy. When guys are making shots, I feel like they are a bit more. They're more lively, and when they start to miss, that's kind of missing, and that's why you're seeing now. As you said, they look a little flat, right? But the score's still 0-0. So even though they are flat and maybe a bit lethargic, and they haven't played as consistently with that same sort of vigor as we want, 0-0 right now, 57-57. That's a good half of basketball for a team that isn't maybe playing with the most energy.
Yeah, I think it's almost human nature, right? When the shots aren't going in, it's going to affect the other areas of your game. But we always talk about this, especially with the Raptors, is like you've got to fight that nature. You've got to make sure that the consistent part of the game is the effort category, the energy category, and it's got to come on the defensive end. So, I mean, that's why I really like that latter part of the first half, the end of the second quarter, where regardless of whether or not the shots were falling, like it was the energy that was carrying it for the Raptors. You look at the hustle numbers, fast break points, the Raptors had 12 of them. They had 10 offensive rebounds in the first half, and I agree with you. Like, for me, the turning point was Chris Boucher. Darko critical of himself for not playing him more against Phoenix the other night. He logged 3 minutes. You mentioned that, Taddy, and he was the 10th man in tonight, but he played, I believe, the final 9 minutes of the half, closed the half on the floor, and that's the thing with Boucher is, like, is he a perfect player? No, but more often than not, he's going to bring the energy. You know that you're going to get that from him, and that's something that the Raptors have really needed this season. So I've been a little bit surprised by his role this year. It's kind of been up and down, and I think if the Raptors are serious about finding some semblance of consistency, they have to find a way to get him on the floor more often. He's an important player, and if nothing else, he's proven that he's a rotation player in this league.
Yeah, absolutely agree. It's hard to believe he only played 3 minutes the other night, 9 so far tonight. The other turning point for me was that ridiculous foul call on OG. It seemed to rally the Raptors, which tells me they're looking for something to sort of bounce off.
I mean, listen, don't get me started with the refs. You already know how I feel about the referees in this league, and some of the calls that they make. But no, that sometimes it is a bad call that gets the people going. Gets the Raptors going, and sometimes that's what you need. It could serve as a spark, but
adversity maybe.
Exactly. I don't want to focus too much on officials. They're going to make calls. Most of them are going to be atrocious. So I just live with it. But I do think overall they've responded well. I think New York was maybe starting to pull away a bit in that second quarter, and the Raptors, tightened the leash and said, we're here. I think Brunson is having a great offensive game thus far. I think Dennis needs to put a bit more pressure on him, and I like what I'm seeing with Pascal and Scott. I think Scotty's running the floor really well and really hard, and I think they shoot the ball a bit better. They're in a great position right now. They're out rebounding New York. They have one more turnover, but they're killing them in this area. Fast break points. I think the Raptors can beat New York in that area. They're 12 fast break points, so they're 6. Taddy, I think that's the advantage for the Raptors today.
Well, let's just put it this way. When you're playing a team that's suing you, you probably don't need any added motivation. So I'm just gonna leave that there. I mean, yeah, this looks like a motivated Raptors team. Even
that's
coming up,
point.
We always talk about how some of the best wins come after bad losses, and even after a really good win against Phoenix, the Raptors have come to play tonight, which is good. And I'm encouraged by what I've seen in the first half. I do think, I agree with Warren. They need to tighten a few things up, especially defensively. The Knicks are doing a really good job, of doing something that the Raptors want to do offensively, and that's getting in the paint, breaking down the defense in terms of getting in the lane, and then kicking the ball out for open threes. The ball movement, I think, for New York has been really good, really crisp so far. So I think the Raptors have to tighten some things up defensively, but it's been a fun game so far, a competitive first half, and hopefully the Raptors can pick things up where they left off, because I was really impressed with the way they closed out that second quarter.
Josh, thanks very much. Appreciate it. And I guess we won't talk to you at the end of the game because you'll be doing your work. So thank you very much. Raptors First Half Stat is brought to you by your Ontario Subaru dealers. Hurry to your local Subaru dealer to get more out of every kilometer this fall, including more karaoke. So some numbers here. In terms of turnovers for points, New York has turned the ball over 5 for 6. The Raptors 6 for 4. Rebounds and second chance points, 5 for 10 for the Knicks, and the Raptors 10 for 10. So nice rebounding there. In terms of fast break points, as Warren pointed out, 12-6 for the Raptors. The stat that I like, which may indicate, better things in the second half, 17 assists on 22 buckets.
Yeah.
So they're moving the ball around nicely, aren't they?
They are, but only in the mid-range. They're not, and for layups.
Yeah.
Three-pointers hasn't really, come by. They've only made 3 in the game, where compared to New York, they've made 6. So if they shoot the ball a bit better, as I said, Tatman, I think the Raptors are in prime position to get another W.
Yeah. So the outside shooting, 3 of 14, 21% for the Raptors, and 6 of 17, 35% for the Knicks. What's improved is the stripe shooting, 10 of 13.
Yeah.
Which you're just leaving points on the board without that.
They've been guilty of that the last few games. In fact, most of the season, they've I think 10 out of the first 18 games they shot less than 70% from the foul line. So today they're actually taking care of business, which is one that I kind of missed because I saw the number was high, so I left it alone. Finally shooting over 75% from the charity stripe. That's just something you have to knock down.
Absolutely, and I talked about that. I don't want to get you upset. I talked about that OG foul. The reason why it's noteworthy is his third, so it may limit his participation at points in the second half.
Well, I think Coach Darko will trust OG to be smart and not pick up another foul, especially in these opening 6 minutes of the third quarter. That's going to be imperative for him if he's going to stay on the floor. I expect him to start and continue playing, though, for sure. He has to play his game, continue to be aggressive. This is his show. It's his show for sure.
Okay, so they have limited R.J. Barrett and Randall and Brunson. 13, 11, 14 points. So we'll see how they continue that in the second half.
That has to be the primary focus. Two out of the 3 are guaranteed most likely to score. I don't expect anyone to stop Randall or Brunson. They got to do a better job slowing down RJ. It's no easy task, but you can't have all 3 of those guys going crazy in the game.
It's tied at 57 at the half. The second half is next. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
It's the holidays at Staples, which means saving like never before. Give them the gift of wireless so they can stay connected. After all, catching up with family and friends is what this time of year is all about. Save on devices from Bell and Virgin Plus and have them sending merry messages in minutes. And with the latest smartphones from Staples, they can keep in touch anytime, anywhere. Find gifts they'll love for every holiday budget at your local Staples store now. Ask an in-store associate today about our exciting offers.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Voudriez-vous apprendre une autre langue?
Would you like to learn another language?
Como l'italiano?
Like Italian.
O español?
Or Spanish. With Babbel, learning a language is
Fácil.
easy. Lessons take just 10 minutes a day and are voiced by real native speakers designed for all levels of learners. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off.
It's amazing how much mileage you can put on your car.
At the next exit, enter shipping container and travel 9,151 kilometers, where you will arrive in West Africa.
And you don't even have to drive it. Auto theft hurts everyone. When thieves steal, we all pay.
You have arrived in West Africa.
Visit endautotheft.ca to learn how you can keep your vehicle safe. Brought to you by Insurance Bureau of Canada and Equite Association.
Why do I love getting my holiday gifts at Shoppers Drug Mart? The PC Optimum points. Perfume for mom, points for me. Gaming console for the kids, points for me. Chocolates for the teachers, oh yeah, points for me. Shoppers, you should totally go. Exclusions apply.
This is the sound of me at my local Metro, picking up fresh, sweet clementines. Just $3.99 for a 4-pound case, but only until December 6th. Get everything for this holiday season at your local Metro or online at metro.ca.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
Third quarter about to start. Raptors and the Knicks tied at 57. Let's see if the Raptors can turn it up and try and pull out a win. Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, Andrew Drover here. You just heard from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward, and Josh Lewenberg. And we got a host of technical people keeping us on the air, including producer Owen Hall, Matt Cardadero, Cameron Moore, Josh Libba, and Paul Gatt up top. Raptor ball to start this third quarter. They will move front court in the gold uniforms, Giants of Africa night. Raptors moving right to left. They will head towards the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Schroeder, Pirtle, Siakam, Barnes on the floor with Anunoby. Starters for Toronto. Siakam, corner three in the air, no good. Rebound Robinson. Pascal he's getting great looks. Javon just cannot knock down that three ball.
He's got to just keep taking them, right? Eventually they're going to drop, and even just coming out of the half right here, you get a quick screen, 1-4 screen action with Scotty and Schroeder, and the intention is to get Pascal that look in the corner, right? Got to get him open, got to get him looks.
Brunson fall-away jumper near side. Knocks it down. New York up 59-57. Schroeder up top. Drives down the right side. Comes out under the basket near wing. Gets it to Anunoby. Back to Schroeder. Three ball in the air. No good. Rebound Barrett. Here comes New York with a 2-point lead. 59-57. Barrett drive. Lay it up. No good. Rebound Pirtle. Outlet Schroeder. Quick hit ahead to Siakam. Drives on Randall. Kicks it into the corner. Barnes for three. No good. Long rebound Brunson. 4-on-2, New York. Brunson stops. Now gets it inside to Randall. Against Siakam. Backs down. Turns in the lane. Fall away jumper. Good. Randall 1 foot fall away makes it 61-57 New York.
Just talking to him in the back on the way out, I kind of chuckled and said, this is a wrestling match. He said, listen, you come here, it always is. So, he's going to be aggressive, he's going to be physical, just like Pascal is on that tape there, getting to his right hand. But this is a wrestling match, right? And both teams have to be prepared for that.
Raptors cut the lead to 61-59. 10:07 to go, third quarter. Knicks in the blue, moving left to right. Barrett, drive. Kicks it out, turns it over. Randall can't handle it. Third quarter action delivered by 2-for-1 Pizza. Get a large 4-topping Quattro Pizza for $15.99 and try new 2-for-1 nachos or Irish nachos for just $9.99. 2for1pizza.com. Barrett on the run, puts it up, blocked by Anunoby. OG runs him down and snuffs it out. Schroeder in the lane, kicks it out to Barnes. Scotty, 3, no good. Long rebound, Brunson. Quick hit ahead to Barrett. Finds Grimes, who lays it up and in. 63-59 New York. Barnes back quickly for Toronto. To Anunoby, catch and shoot, 3, no good. Rebound, Randall. Says to Brunson, come and get it. Dribble handoff to Brunson. He works near side. Now they get it to Randall, middle of the floor. Back to Brunson, near side, 3, good, and a foul. Brunson's a good flopper. I'm not sure how much contact there was on Scotty, but all of a sudden the Knicks are up 7 and a free throw to come. So they're going to check to see if it was a dangerous or reckless closeout. Yeah, they're looking for the reckless closeout. $66-59, 9:07 to go, third quarter. New York has come out firing.
You know, getting another look on the monitor here, it's interesting that we're reviewing that as a reckless closeout, because I actually thought Scotty didn't make much effort to get out to the three-point line, right? So maybe you're just looking to see if, you know, Scotty's foot was under Brunson's.
It wasn't.
But
We've got 2 looks. The foot wasn't under.
It wasn't, and the effort to me.
As a matter of fact, Scotty's cutoff angle was short of Brunson. It looked like Brunson on the shot moved into him.
I had missed it initially. I was expecting to see the monitor, see the replay right now, and see Scotty hauling out there. And interesting. Yeah, I'm as confused as he is right now with the look on his face.
I think the competition committee in the NBA needs to look at.
After review, the shooter is allowed to land back safely to the floor. Therefore, this is a common foul. The contact is more body to body. It'll be 1 shot for Jalen Brunson. We'll play off the make or miss.
So I started to say, Javon, I'd like to see the competition committee look at holding the shooters more responsible. There's a lot of times where defenders standing behind the arc, shooter takes off, lands in front of the arc, lands inside the arc in the defender's space, with the defender standing there like the hold-up victim at a bank. But yet the defender is the one that is called for the foul. At what point does the responsibility lie with the offensive player to control going up and coming down in the same spot? Brunson makes the free throw. All of a sudden, it's an 8-point lead for New York. 10-2 run for New York to start the quarter. Schroeder up top. Raptors have to climb the hill again. On the bounce, works far side. Schroeder turns the corner, gets under the hoop, lays it down to Siakam, can't handle it. Here comes New York. Randall, front court. Drives. Knocked away by Siakam. Randall gets it back to Grimes, now to Brunson. Up top. Drives near side, cut off by Pirtle. Up top, they swing it far side. Randall 3, short, long rebound, Schroeder. On the run, gets it to Barnes. Scotty drive, lay it up and in. Wow, pretty move by Scotty Barnes Great body control floating between two defenders.
Yeah, that's that acrobatic finish. Right, he gets the ball in transition from Schroeder and gets up in the air, maneuvers it, and then puts it in the left hand for the finish.
67-61 New York. Brunson up top, Randall. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound Siakam. Raptors on the run. Pascal up the middle of the court. Gets it to Schroeder, near side, left wing in front of the Knicks bench. Now to Siakam, back up top. Pascal drives, Grimes fouling him all the way through. Pascal looking at the mismatch. And they're going to call the block on Grimes, side out of bounds. That looked like way more contact than even the contact on Barnes.
Far more, right? They got the switch with OG and Pascal getting to that left hand. He took the initial contact, the second contact, still didn't get the whistle.
7:50 third quarter. Raptors down 67-61. Schroeder to Barnes on the drive. Scotty into the lane, finds Siakam, loses the handle. Raptors get it back. They got to shoot it. Anunoby, corner 3, no good. Rebound, Siakam tips it up, no good. Robinson had it. Wow, Pascal had a really great control tip. Grimes 3 short, runs down his rebound, drives, acrobatic finish. No good, but he's fouled, and he's going to get a couple of free throws.
That's a tough break there. And this is what I mentioned in the open with New York getting on the offensive boards. Grimes takes that three-point shot in transition. You know, probably a bad shot, maybe not the shot you wanted if you're Coach Tibbs, but he's also the first to his own rebound. Knowing that it's going to be a long rebound, a shot goes up like that, you've got to corral the basketball. Now he gets himself to the line, knocks down the first of 2.
Gary Trent checking in for the Raptors. 7:27 third quarter. Knicks up 68-61. Second one good. Knicks with the lead, 69-61. Pirtle up top to Trent. Gives him a screen. Gary works right. Snakes around to the far side. Jumper in the air, no good. Pirtle can't squeeze it. Saves it. No, he was standing on the line. It'll be New York ball. Randall gets it to Grimes, front court. Grimes in the lane to Robinson for the dunk. It's a 10-point lead, 71-61 New York. Raptors climbing uphill seemingly all night. Barnes drives near side, kicks it to Schroeder. In the lane, Schroeder bounces off. Brunson can't get the short one to go. Back comes New York. Barnes picks off the pass, drives at Robinson. Floats it up, no good. Pirtle with the rebound, back up and in.
Good job following it up, right? You got numbers 4 on 3, and Pirtle diving right to the basket as Pascal puts it up. Excuse me, as Scotty puts it up. Offensive board, offensive putback.
Brunson front court, 71-63 Raptors, 6:15 third quarter. Randall far elbow against Barnes, far side. Drives down to the baseline, Pirtle comes. They cut him off. Randall on the baseline, kicks it to Barrett. 3-ball far side is an air ball. Shot clock violation. Toronto will have the ball after the timeout.
And RJ, he struggled from 3. He's been struggling from 3 tonight, right? 1 for 6. Has that pass there. And fortunately for the Raptors, Gary Trent Jr. got lost. It wasn't really a recovery or a contest on the shot. And RJ just didn't come up with it.
6:01 to go, third quarter. 6:03 actually. We'll take a timeout. 71-63. Raptors trailing New York. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
A big win and a bigger impact. When you play the MLC Foundation 50-50 jackpot, you support the kids and the future Raptors of tomorrow. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. Will this season include you? The only way to find out is if you play. Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Hi, I'm Randy Hanatko, founder of Train West Management and Consulting. Few careers offer what a sales career can. No barriers to entry, always in demand, and the opportunity for unlimited income. So why do we meet so many annoying and unprofessional salespeople? because they never had professional training to learn modern selling the right way. For 18 years, we've been training professional salespeople to reach their full potential. If you're deadly serious about becoming an elite salesperson, visit trainwest.ca today.
Thinking about investing? Need insurance advice? Cooperators can help. So if you need our next car should totally be a convertible investment plan, or but our son will want to drive it too, insurance plan. We do both. Cooperators. Investing in your future together. Mutual funds and related investment products are offered through Cooperators Financial Investment Services, Inc. Terms and conditions apply.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Back in Toronto, 71-63 New York, 6:03 to go. Third quarter. The big board recognizing Mississauga's finest, R.J. Barrett. Getting a nice hand from the hometown crowd. A lot of people standing and applauding. Rowan Barrett Jr., and I'm sure his dad, former captain of our national team, in the house somewhere, nodding his head. Raptors down 8, and they will bring the ball front court. Siakam, Schroeder, Pirtle, Barnes, and Trent into the ball game. Gary replacing OG right now. Raptor ball front court, coming right to left toward Bay Street. Pirtle tries to get the pass from Schroeder, can't get it. Back comes Randall on a run out. That's tough.
Yeah,
you
that's
come out
tough.
of the timeout, you get nothing, and they get a breakaway layup. 10-point New York lead. Pirtle up top. Dribble handoff Trent. Now to Barnes. Near side, left wing. On the bounce against Grimes. Gets a screen. Into the corner. Siakam drives down the baseline, lays it up and in, near side. Nice move by Pascal.
Yeah, you love when Pascal works that baseline, and I like the finishes with the inside hand, taking the angle away from the defense.
73-65 New York, 5:10 third quarter. Brunson, jumper up short, rebound Pirtle. Outlet Barnes, Raptors push it front court. Siakam far side, right wing above the arc. Drives on Barrett, gets to the hoop, lay it up, and they got an offensive foul on Pascal. I'd love to see where Brunson was standing.
That's got to be Brunson's third offensive foul he's drawn tonight. And I'm not certain that he's been there. This might be the closest one.
That might be the closest one.
This might be the closest one here, where he was stopped, got to the position, and set up shop, right? Had his feet set up. But the initial two, he's just really embellished those calls and got the ref's attention.
Brunson three up top, no good. Rebound Pirtle. Outlet Trent. Raptors down 73-65. Pirtle on the run, lays it up and in.
Great run.
Great pass by Trent. The rim run by Jakob makes it 73-67.
And Gary Trent Jr. dragging out that dribble, giving Pirtle time to get to the basket, get below the defense, and good hands, great feet, good finish.
Randall far side, kicks it to Hart up top. Looked like a travel, got into the lane, floats it up short, gets his rebound back and puts it in. Here comes Schroeder. 75-67 New York. Barnes, three straight away, good. Scotty knocks it down in the bottom of the well. 75-70, Raptors pulled to within 5. Brunson to Grimes, far side. Now to Randall, on Barnes. Backs down, turns to the baseline. Shot fake, still in the lane, kicks it out. Hart, three, good. 3:36 to go, third quarter, 78-70 New York. Siakam front court, on the bounce, into the lane. Finds Pirtle, rides it to the hoop, puts it up, no good, kicks it out. They swing it, Barnes steps into a three. Got it again. Down the bottom of the well for Scotty B.
His three ball looks so good because the way he's extending and following through up into the air, right? Giving the ball, getting under the basketball, getting arc on it, getting a nice touch on it.
Brunson drive, kick it out, Randall swing. Hart stepped out of bounds. Turn it over on the sideline in front of the Raptor bench. Javon, you're talking about Scotty's three. You always tell the kids when you finish, I want the elbow above the eyebrow and hold that follow through. Scotty's knocking him down.
Right, it's textbook right now, right? It's a little bit more fluid than we've seen it in the last 2 years. Just getting right the elbow under him, tucking it under. The wrist is cocked. Really just grade school stuff you teach, but you see the difference.
2:50 to go. Third quarter, Raptors down 5. Trent into the lane. Finds Achua, who jams it down. 2 hands for safety from Precious Achua. Raptors get a delay of game warning on the bucket, but they've cut the lead to 3 with 2:49 to go. They're on a surge right now. Front court, Josh Hart loses the ball against Siakam, gets it back. It looked like it was a travel. Brunson drives into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound, Achua. Outlet Schroeder. Quick hit ahead to Siakam. Pascal drive, kicks it out, and it goes right to Robinson. Here comes Brunson to Randall. Drives on Barnes, backs down. The double comes. Finds Hart cutting in the lane, who lays it in. They're doubling Randall, and he's doing an excellent job of passing. Not normally his forte.
Patient. He's being extremely patient. You can see there Scotty, tell him Pascal get to the baseline side for the double.
Barnes 3 up top, this one short. Hart with the rebound to Quickly, up the near side, right wing. To Randall, spins, drives, kicks it to Hart, far side, 3, good. 83-75, the lead back up to 8 for New York with 1:50 to go, third quarter, timeout, Toronto.
Think about it, Toronto had, a minute and 30 stretch where they were really playing some good basketball, and it sounds like a broken record, but you were seeing they're getting stops, and they were running, and they were making plays. Scotty had 2 big threes that really energized his team. Now you've got to mitigate, you've got to stop this run of New York and get right back to it. This is a game of runs.
Let's take a break. 1:50. Third quarter, 83-75 New York. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero. I love helping people consolidate their debts, and that's what I did for the Smiths. I took their bills and zoom, wha-bam, zap, turn them into one low monthly payment. No, the sound's not necessary, but it's part of the fun.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
Honey, what are you doing?
Building us a deck.
Why?
To spend more time outside.
No, why are you doing it?
Don't worry, babe. I got this.
There are some things in life you can't trust.
Uh-oh.
And there are some things you can, like the HP Smart Tank printer. With up to 2 years of ink included and outstanding print quality, you can always rely on the HP Smart Tank. From HP, Canada's most trusted printer brand. Visit your nearest Staples store.
Hark, lower bills, sweet lower bills, add up to say why overpay. Savings are here, spreading good cheer to every home. Rent or you own, we insulate to terminate drafts. Give me that smart thermostat. Energy save, customers rave, both young and old, keep out the cold.
If your household qualifies, you can receive free energy-saving upgrades from the Enbridge Gas Home Winterproofing Program. Terms and conditions apply. See details at enbridgegas.com/winterproofing.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
You'll hear from Jim Taddy, Warren Ward after the game. Josh Lundberg also on the crew tonight.
TSN gets underway.
That's tight tomorrow. And Cameron Moore on the board with Owen Hall back at Raptor Central, Josh Lippa and Paul Gatt up top. 1:50 to go, third quarter. The Raptors looked like they were reeling them in, Javon, and all of a sudden New York goes on a run.
Yeah, well, you knew New York wasn't just going to lay down. They're going to have a response. But at least if you're the Raptors, you can see you got a formula of something that was working and get right back to that. And that was energy, right? There wasn't anything systematic, nothing tactical, just change the shift in mentality.
Trent drives, gets into the lane, lays it up, no good. Man, had an easy one and couldn't get it down. Randall drives, gets it to Hart, into the lane, puts it up and in. Josh Hart on the drive, makes it 85-75 New York. Back to a 10-point lead, largest of the game for the Knicks. Flynn to Anunoby. OG turns the corner, drives, kicks into the corner. Boucher, three, no good. Rebound Hart. Outlet Randall. Up the far side, coming right at Boucher. Offensive foul, puts the ball in Chris's chest as Chris stood in and took the charge.
That's a great read by Chris stepping in. Missed that three to play before, but comes down and makes up for it. Right, he's just playing off of energy. You could tell before the game how he was warming up and how he, when they were doing the handshakes and the intros, like he just had that fire, that pep in his step. You could just see he was coming out here a ball of energy.
Flynn works near side for Toronto. Kicks it to Anunoby on Hartenstein. OG stares him down, spins, kicks it out. Malachi near side, drive, floated up, no good. Rebound taken away. No, it'll stay with Toronto. 38.8 to go. Third quarter. Knicks with a 10-point lead, 85-75. Raptors inbound. Flynn to do the honors, and there's fouls. It'll go on.
That's going to be on Hart. That's going to definitely be on Hart because Chris Boucher was cutting through the paint.
Before the ball is inbounded, so that means one shot and then the ball for Toronto. Gary Trent going to step to the line to take that extra shot. Free throw, no good from Gary. He's had a tough night tonight. 1 of 5, only 2 points. Raptors could use every morsel right now. Toronto gets it in. Malachi and the pass from OG out of bounds into the New York bench. Timeout, Tom Thibodeau. 38.4 seconds to go, third quarter. We will keep it right here.
And those are the sequences there, right? You get an opportunity at one free throw and the possession in a low-scoring game, or a game that isn't going to wow you with the offense. Those little things, and you and I have spoke about that a number of times. Those little things, those little possessions, those little plays have far more value because they 2-3 possessions and 2-3 baskets. They can completely change the game, especially when you have 38 seconds and you're going into the fourth quarter, just getting that momentum. Had an opportunity there to be, a 3-4 point swing.
Well, Toronto down 10. It was tied at halftime. And been a tough quarter for the Raptors. Right now, it's about getting a stop and not letting this thing grow to 12 or 13 on this trip up court for New York. Julius Randle, 15, 7, and 7. And I will admit, for a guy who used to treat passing as a last resort, somebody's gotten to him this year, and he is doing a much better job of sharing the ball. Here comes New York, front court, left to right. Hart, quick three, good. So the lead 13, 88-75. Here comes Toronto trying to get some back. Flynn to Achua. Precious gets it to OG. On the bounce, lobs it up, loses it, gets it back to Achua in the lane, who lays it up and in. 17 seconds, third quarter. 88-77, New York. Quickly, on the bounce. Works far side, left wing. On Achua. Drives, gets into the lane. The floater up, short. And they got the foul on Precious. Little quick shot there by Quickly. And Precious is going to take the foul. (88-77) New York. As I said, the Raptors have slipped in the latter part of this third quarter.
Yeah, you'd have to say it's been a long 2 minutes for the Raptors here to end this quarter.
Quickly knocks down the first one. University of Kentucky grad knocks down the second one, and all of a sudden the Knicks lead is 13, biggest as it's been all night. Here comes Flynn, tries to get it off, it won't count, and New York silences this crowd and takes a 13-point lead to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know what, going into this fourth quarter, looking at OG's numbers, 1 for 9 from the floor, you're going to need him to enter the game, right? He or Dennis Schroeder to really step up to add to Pascal and Scotty Barnes right now. Just having that third monster, that third head of the snake, and having, balance on the court. I think that'll make a huge difference going into the fourth.
90-77, New York by 13. Last lap of the track when we come back. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Love meatballs? You could have spaghetti and meatballs, but why have a dish where they're mentioned second, like an afterthought? With 2-for-1 Pizza's new meatball menu, meatballs are the star of the show with dishes like meatball pizza, with meatballs, green peppers, and red onions starting at just $11.99, or their classic meatball sandwich on 6-inch toasted garlic bread smothered in classic tomato sauce and mozzarella from just $9.99. Order online at 2for1pizza.com.
Unhibernate, verb, to laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage, I am going to unhibernate by visiting my local Subaru dealer for a holiday bonus. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
How was your doctor's appointment?
Funny you ask. I got a flu shot specifically formulated for people over 65. It's called Fluzone, high-dose quadrivalent. It's publicly funded in Ontario for people 65 and older.
You learn something every day.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist for Fluzone high-dose quadrivalent, a vaccine used to prevent influenza for people over 65. Vaccines don't provide 100% protection. Side effects and allergic reactions may occur. Visit fluzone.ca to learn more.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Fourth quarter time, last lap of the track. New York 90, Toronto 77. The fourth quarter is brought to you by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. New York ball in the blue with the orange trim moving front court left to right. Quickly, Hartenstein, DiVincenzo, Hart, and Barrett for New York. Quickly, step back three, no good. Rebound Barnes. Barnes, Anunoby, Schroeder out there with Achua and Boucher. Raptor ball, front court. Moving right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Schroeder out to Boucher. Chris puts it on the floor. Gets it inside to Scotty. Cross court Achua. Kick it to Anunoby. Shot clock at 4. Gotta go. OG. Fall away. Jumper. Good. Man. Just beat the buzzer. Raptors bordering on disaster. Come out with a deuce. 90-79. 1 minute gone. Fourth quarter. Toronto down 11. Barrett. DiVincenzo. Deep three. Good. That guy's hit nothing but strings on every three ball. 4 of 5 for 12 points from distance.
Yeah, in seconds as well, right? Scotty and Schroeder go with the cutter, and he just stops and pops into a shot.
Achua goes airborne, has it knocked away. Good punch dribble by OG. But New York defends, so Toronto will inbound on the baseline. Far side right wing. They get it to Boucher underneath. Thought he was fouled, no call. Here comes Hart. And Boucher, that was an easy dunk. DiVincenzo deep three, this one short. That was a heat check.
That's the one you were looking for, right?
Yeah.
He's hit nothing but net all night. I don't know what happened there. He left that one short. Back door might be open.
Well, it is chilly in here. Schroeder front court. Anunoby into the near corner. Boucher, three, no good. Rebound quickly. Up court to Barrett on the drive. RJ misses the dunk. Here comes Barnes. Scotty drives, lays it up and in. Timeout, Tom Thibodeau. Raptors cut it to 12, 93-81.
Right, that's a big momentum shifter there, right? And a smart play by Scotty. RJ Barrett's down on one end after the attempted dunk. He pushes the length of the floor, wouldn't be denied. Had Hartenstein on his right shoulder and finishes with the left hand.
So let's take a break. 10:06 to go, fourth quarter. 93-81, New York. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
If you own an engagement ring from Spence, you can trade in your center diamond on a much larger diamond.
All you gotta do is spend at least 50% more money.
A temporary oversupply of diamonds worldwide means you can own a much bigger diamond.
Natural diamonds were born when the world was new.
Created diamonds were born when your love was new.
Natural diamonds were born in the earth.
Created diamonds are born in a star.
Diamond prices will never be lower. Spence, located in Vaughan, Scarborough, and Mississauga.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it would be too difficult or time-consuming? Then it's time to try Babbel. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. So with just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking in a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel, language for life. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off.
At Rona Plus, we're happy to call Peel Region home. How happy? Happier than a carpenter with a new drill set, a decorator with new paint colors, a radio announcer with a big announcement. As of December 7th, your local Lowe's stores are becoming Rona Plus stores. Come celebrate our grand opening December 9th and 10th with free snacks, activities, and surprises for the whole family. Plus, find amazing opening day deals on the same Lowe's products you know and love. Check out your new Rona Plus stores in Brampton and Mississauga. You'll be happy you did. Visit Rona.ca for details.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
10:06, fourth quarter. The Raptors down 13 after three quarters, have shaved a point off the lead, but Tom Thibodeau didn't like the tenor of the game, and so called the timeout. New York leading this one 93-81 with 10:06 to go, fourth quarter. New York ball, they'll bring it front court, 94 feet. DiVincenzo will inbound. The Raptors pick up, applying a little bit of pressure. Schroeder on the ball. New York gets it in, and the Raptors will back off. Quickly brings it front court, guarded by Barnes. Works far side, gets into the lane, pushes off, step back jumper, good.
I feel like every Kentucky guard has that blow-by speed, right? Just gets, that left side is open. He just takes what the defense gave him.
I didn't think he blew by. He got free with the little lean in and extending the arm. Anunoby into the lane. Jumper in the air, no good. Rebound tipped up and in by Boucher, and he's fouled. So Chris gets the two, and he's going to go to the free throw line for one more. RJ Barrett takes that foul on the Boucher tip-in.
Chris Boucher on that play there, he gets on the inside of RJ Barrett, and RJ really can't recover, but credit Chris for using his quickness, getting around, giving himself a chance at the rebound.
Misses the free throw. It's knocked away. Barnes has it. Kicks it out to Schroeder. To Anunoby. Kick to Barnes. Corner three short. Rebound Achua. Leans in. Precious kicks it out top. Knocked away. OG gets it. Goes to the hoop. Lays it up and in. Wow, looked like there was a lot of contact. No foul call. 95-85. Raptors energized right now. Quickly in the lane. Throws it up. Blocked by Anunoby, and they're going to call the foul. OG with his hands on his hips saying, I drive at the other end. They ball me. And then he leans in quickly and gets that contact.
Well, I'm getting another look right here, and OG just being penalized for being as strong as he is, because quickly he's the one attacking into OG's chest, and you're running into a brick wall. Now, if you're going to call that play right now, you've got to call
the one at the other end. You got that is
like OG was airborne on his play. He took the contact, finished, but it was
because he's strong. They don't call it. Yet here he gets penalized because the guy leans in. I don't like that call. I'm sorry. I don't like that call. Again, part of something I'm sending to the league. Where's the consistency? 95-85. Quickly misses the first free throw. Second one in the air, good. So the lead, 11. 96-85, 9 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Schroeder hustles it front court. Gets it back. Three in the air. No good. Rebound Barrett. Good look for Dennis. Couldn't get it down. Barrett front court on Anunoby. On the bounce. Switch off Achua. Barrett drives. Kicks it out. DiVincenzo pass into the corner for Hart. Deflected by Boucher. Out of bounds. It's going to be New York ball. 8:44 fourth quarter.
Again, great defense by Achua, just staying with RJ as he's trying to get downhill to that left hand. He's moving his feet. He's staying with him, riding the offense, and not giving up on that play.
DiVincenzo gets it into Hart on the baseline against Boucher. Turns, kicks it to Barrett. Drives into the lane, lays it up and in. 13-point lead for New York. That's what it was after three quarters. Schroeder into the lane. Kicks it into the corner. Achua, three, no good. Rebound. Barnes keeps it alive, lays it up and in. Scotty working the offensive glass. 27 for Barnes tonight. Raptors down, though, 98-87. Quickly out top. On the drive against Schroeder. Gets into the lane, has his pocket pick. OG on a breakaway, gonna jam it down with two hands. Timeout, Thibodeau doesn't want anything to get going. Raptors cut it to 9 at 98-89.
This is what I said to you right before we came into the fourth, is that you need OG to come alive in this game. And here he is, 9 points. He's made some big plays. The one play above the rim where I thought he got some contact should have been an and one. And here, in transition, getting a dunk, forcing Tibbs into a timeout.
7:59, fourth quarter. Let's take a break. 98-89, Toronto trying to push the rock up the hill. Let's take a break. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
You've heard that sound before. A basketball going off the backboard and in. A bank shot. Well, that's actually the sound of a fan winning a Raptors jersey. That's the sound of a fan getting a signed Raptors basketball. And that's a fan scoring tickets to the NBA Finals. With the Tangerine Bank Shot contest, every bank shot the Raptors score this season wins a fan a prize. Enter for a chance to win at tangerine.ca/bankshot. Tangerine, that's forward banking.
Unhibernate, verb. To laugh in the face of snow because you drive a Subaru. As in, when I unhibernate, I have the roads all to myself because my Subaru has symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and others don't. Or, the award-winning safety in my Subaru means I can unhibernate all winter while my neighbors stare longingly from their bedroom windows. Or my favorite usage, I am going to unhibernate by visiting my local Subaru dealer for a holiday bonus. Welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
Hi, it's Randy Hanat, co-founder of Train West Online Academy. Stop selling features and benefits. This technique is not effective today. Features and benefits don't convince people to buy, emotions do. Becoming an expert in asking good questions and listening to the answers is your key to success in sales, not barfing out features and benefits. For 18 years, we've been training professional salespeople to reach their full potential. If you're deadly serious about increasing your sales and profits, go to trainwest.ca to learn more. Trainwest.ca.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
7:59, fourth quarter, 98-89. Toronto trailing New York. Knicks ball, and they'll make subs. Brunson coming back into the game. Out there with Quickly. Robinson. DiVincenzo and Hart. Raptors with Boucher, Achua, Anunoby, Barnes, and Schroeder. New York bringing it 94 feet. Brunson on the bounce against Schroeder. Brings it front court. Now gets it to DiVincenzo. Back to Brunson. Stop and go dribble against Schroeder. Works near side. Gets it to DiVincenzo. Shot fake. Three in the air. Good.
That's tough.
You got to stay down on him.
You got to stay down. And Schroeder's got to let the backside of the defense know you've got to close out and get back out to shooters because he's doing a good job. And his hands are tied up and full with Brunson.
101-89. New York by 12. 7:20 to go in the ball game. Barnes on the dribble. Anunoby collides with Hart. Hart goes down. OG has a bloody lip. And they're going to get OG on the foul. We get a look at the replay. And that was just, OG was trying to run out to the far side, and the two of them had their heads down. And again, OG gets penalized for being bigger and stronger. Here comes Brunson, front court. Gets it to Hart, back to Brunson. Kicks it cross court, DiVincenzo up top. Quickly drives into the corner, they swing it. Brunson, and they got Robinson for 3 seconds in the lane. So turn it over, give it to Toronto. 7 minutes to go. Fourth quarter, Toronto down 12, 101-89. Schroeder, far side. Gets it to Achua straight away. Now to Siakam. Pascal against Hart, drive, kick it out, Schroeder. He drives into the lane, takes the bump, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Boucher has it, knocked down by Hart, no call. Rebound, quickly, three, got it, far side. I just find it funny how a guy can be so tough on one end, fighting for the ball, and then take a grazing blow at the other end and go down like he's been hit. 6:35 to go, fourth quarter. The lead now has swelled to 15 for New York, 104-89. And Javon, the Raptors really have to get busy. And
quickly.
Yeah, and very quickly.
Right.
And maybe try to get some support, get this crowd into the game, rattle New York, because right now the Knicks are in firm control.
Yeah, I imagine right now if you're Coach Rajakovic on the defensive end, you're going to see a lot of increased pressure the full length of the floor. Because in the half court right now, the New York Knicks are just out toughing Toronto. And, I think a couple of those plays could have gone the other way. A couple of those whistles should have been called, especially on Hart there. You see that last play, which ended up costly for the Raptors. Just coming up with a rebound, but throwing his backside and his head into Chris Boucher. And now you have a 5-on-4 advantage on the offensive end. All right, so little plays like those have been costly for the Raptors.
Pirtle back into the ball game with Siakam, Boucher, Barnes, and Schroeder. 6:35 fourth quarter. Sands running through the hourglass for Toronto as they trail 104-89. Schroeder will bring it front court. Raptors in the gold, going right to left toward the Bay Street end of Scotiabank Arena. Schroeder to Pirtle. They get it to Siakam in the lane. To Barnes. Scotty jams it down, far side on the baseline. 104-91. Big night for Scotty. 27 and 9 rebounds.
29 rather. 29 points, 9 rebounds. You can see they're cutting baseline to strong side. Pascal holding off the defense. You get yourself a dunk.
Brunson drives left. Carrying the ball on every dribble. Leans in, floats it up and in. Great footwork by Brunson. Schroeder, quick hit ahead to Boucher. Now back to Schroeder. Up top, Pirtle. Into the far corner. Siakam drives baseline and is fouled by Hart. Pascal got the step. And Hart takes the foul. Randall will come back in for New York. Boucher sits down. Trent in. Darko searching for the right combination, trying to find some offense. Schroeder gets it to Trent in the lane. Pirtle lays it up and in. Good ball movement by Toronto.
Great interior passing, pocket pass, short roll by Scotty, and he drops it off to Pirtle. And Pirtle's done a great job of just having his hands ready. He's catching a lot of those passes in tight spaces. And he's coming up with finishes. 10 points, 11 rebounds for him.
Hart cross court. Randall. 3 in the air, good. Randall knocks it out. 109-93. The lead still growing for New York. It's 16. Schroeder to Pirtle. Into the corner to Schroeder. On the bounce, into the lane, kicks it out. Raptors swing it around. Siakam drives in the lane, puts it up, no good. Partially contested by Robinson. So the Raptors really in dire straits right now. Randall backs in on Schroeder, turns to the baseline, kicks it into the corner. DiVincenzo 3, good again. New York has outscored Toronto 14-5 from behind the arc. That's a 27-point difference. Trent, drive, floater up and in, near side, left wing. 112-95. The Knicks' three-point shooting has been the difference tonight. Raptors 5 of 29, 17%. The Knicks 15 of 33, 45%. Brunson, pull-up jumper blocked. Randall holding off the D, gets the ball. Shot clock at 10. Randall spins and is fouled by Pirtle. So Randall is going to go to the line, and Javon, New York's taken the crowd out of it, and they have really put it on the Raptors in the second half.
Yeah, and you know, we had a tie game at half, and obviously New York came out and they were just a bit more aggressive, right? They upped their level of intensity, they upped their level of aggression and physicality, and you knew that was going to be the case, right? And again, I laughed because Julius Randle and I just were chuckling in the back on the way out through the tunnel, and he was saying, it's always going to be a dogfight here. It's always going to be a wrestling match. So you knew right away they're going to have that shift in mentality. And then obviously the three-point difference, Toronto just wasn't able to capitalize there. And then they missed some chippies early around the rim, right? But you still have 3 minutes and 52 seconds here to just continue to fight, continue to push.
Raptors down 19. All of a sudden, this fourth quarter not going their way. Barnes out top. Gets it to Schroeder. 3-ball far side, no good. It's been that kind of night for Toronto. DiVincenzo high and down with the rebound for Toronto. Brunson on the drive up top. Now gets it to Randall. On Barnes. Into his chest. Fall away jumper, no good. Rebound knocked away Pirtle gets it to Trent. Gary up the far side, right wing to Siakam. Pascal drives. No call.
Blocking.
Brunson called on the block. So Siakam will get to the line for a couple of free throws.
It's unfortunate that they call him for the move, the blocking, this late in the game when, you know, his first 2 or 3 should have been the exact same call.
3:10 to go in the ball game. New York in control. Siakam's free throw is good. As you said, Javon, they needed somebody else to join the party. Scotty with 29, Pascal with 20.
Yeah.
On 20 of 35 shooting. But the rest of the team and the three-point shooting hurting Toronto tonight.
Yeah.
Siakam's second one good.
That's the thing there. If you're not clicking from the three-point line where you can rack up points pretty fast, pretty easy, then you need at least 3 players to enter the chat.
Randall on the bounce against Barnes. Underneath to Robinson, knocked away, saved by Barnes. Great job by Scotty. Continuing to hustle. 2:50 to go in the game. Raptors down 114-97. Schroeder drive to Pirtle, jams it down. 114-99. Raptors continuing to fight. Brunson double teamed in the backcourt, gets it to DiVincenzo, runs into Pirtle, and they're going to call a block. That's the same call that Brunson gets called a charge.
What kills me is the official's on the other side of the court.
He can't tell if he took it in the chest or not.
You're on the other side of the court. You have 2 officials closer to the play. You sit that one out.
You can't tell if he took that in the chest. Not from that angle. Hart to inbound. Gets it to Randall. Knocked away by Barnes. Out of bounds. It stays with New York. Hart inbound to DiVincenzo. Leans in on Trent. Now brings it front court. The trap comes. They get it to Hart. Now to Randall. Drives into the lane. Kicks it into the far corner. Brunson steps back. The 3 no good. Rebound knocked away. It'll be Toronto ball. 2 Knicks on the ground as Pirtle gets his hand on the ball. 2:15 to go. Down the stretch we come. 114-99 New York. Schroeder to Barnes. Scotty drives, gets into the lane, kicks it up top. They swing it. Ball knocked out of bounds by New York in the near corner. It'll stay with Toronto. Raptors will have some time off before the next game, December 6th, right here against Miami. Schroeder to Pirtle. In the lane to Schroeder. Floater on the baseline, good. 114-101. Under 2 minutes to go. Raptors still continuing to trap. Hart up top to Brunson. On the drive against Schroeder. Gets into the lane, kicks it out. DiVincenzo, 3, good. Timeout, Toronto.
He's been a marksman. He's really shot the ball tonight, right? And everything he touched, 7 for 9 from the three-point line. 7 for 9 from the three-point line. 21 points. 1 rebound and 1 assist for DiVincenzo.
So the Raptors going to go down to defeat here. The Knicks come in, and it's a second half game, Javon. When you look at it, it was 57 apiece at recess. New York outscores Toronto 33-20 in the third quarter. And that was where the game was broken open. The Raptors have a tough shooting quarter, scoring only 20 points on 8 of 25. New York, meanwhile, is 12 of 22. That's all she wrote. Say goodnight. 1:43 to go in the ball game. All the air out of the building. I know Raptors are down. They're still using it as a chance to work on stuff. But tonight, New York's bench outscores Toronto 52-20. And that is a telling stat. McDaniels, three, no good. Got a good look. Achua with the rebound. Up top to Trent. Gary on the bounce. Gets it to Precious in the lane. Finds McDaniels, who lays it in. 117-103. Brunson brings it front court. 1:10 to go in the ball game. Haven't been many like this, Javon. The Raptors have been in every game. This one a bit disappointing. Brunson, deep three, no good. Rebound, Boucher. Chris runs it front court. Gets it to Malachi. Back to Chris. Three in the air, good. 117-106. Brunson front court. I don't get it. They call travel, but I'm looking at Jalen Brunson carry the ball on every dribble. Randall in the lane to Robinson, who dunks it down. 38 seconds to go in the game. 119-106 Boston. Flynn to Achua. Short jumper, no good. Gets the rebound back. And is fouled in the lane. Foul will go on Robinson. Tibbs is going to take some heat from the fan base on this. Up 15, 20 seconds to go. And you still got Randall, Robinson, and Brunson on the floor. Robinson now checks out. Boucher will inbound near side, left wing. Gets it to Flynn. Now to Achua. Precious drives, lays it up, no good. Rebound knocked away. New York has it, and that'll do it. They're going to run out the clock. Second half was the undoing for Toronto. New York comes to Toronto, and on the second night of the back-to-back, the Knicks get a win. 119-106 is the final. New York over Toronto. The Raptors drop to 2 games below 500 at 9-11.
Yeah, this was a tough second half for the Raptors, right? And I thought in the first half they matched the intensity. You know, both teams, and obviously it was a 57-57 game at half. And New York came out in the second half, got themselves a good run to start. They outshot the Raptors at the three-point line by 30, and just was a bit more physical. It wasn't a game of big runs, but that's also problematic because when your offense isn't flowing, right, those possessions become that much more valuable, and you're extending the lead gradually and slowly, and before you know it, right, you're out of the game.
Yep. Like waterboard torturing, a little at a time, and all of a sudden, you've had it. So the Knicks win it by 13, 119-106. Next game for the Raptors will be here at Scotiabank Arena December 6th against the Miami Heat. New York shoots 50% from the floor and outscores Toronto 16-6 on made threes. The 30 points, too much to overcome for the Raptors. For our entire crew, we say stay tuned for the postgame next with Jim Taddy and Warren Ward. 119-106 is the final. New York wins it. You've been listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network. Good night from the floor of Scotiabank Arena.
The absolute final deadline in the Princess Margaret Home Lottery is midnight tonight. Just 2 hours left to be in for the $8.3 million grand prize and so much more. Buy now at PrincessMargaretLotto.com.
Okay, before we go, does anyone need to use the bathroom?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
You're sure you're sure?
Yep.
There are some things in life you can't trust.
Mommy?
Oh, come on.
And there are some things you can, like the HP Smart Tank printer. With up to 2 years of ink included and outstanding print quality, you can always rely on the HP Smart Tank. From HP, Canada's most trusted printer brand. Available at Amazon.
Did you know that if you're 60 or older, RSV can be serious for you? Help protect yourself with Arexvy, Canada's first RSV vaccine. Ask your healthcare provider about Arexvy. Arexvy is a vaccine that helps to protect adults 60 years of age and older from lower lung disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV. 100% protection cannot be guaranteed. Adverse events may occur. Learn more at arexvy.ca.
Hey there, Canadian snowbirds. Planning your escape to warmer destinations? Don't forget the most essential part of your trip, travel insurance. Picture this. You're basking in the sun, sipping a pina colada, and suddenly life throws you a curveball. Medical emergency, delayed luggage, trip interruption? Don't worry. Goose Insurance has you covered. Canada's best insurance app. With Goose, you get $10 million in travel medical and get coverage for your unstable pre-existing medical condition. Download the Goose app today or visit gooseinsurance.com.
This is the sound of me at my local Metro, picking up fresh, sweet clementines. Just $3.99 for a 4-pound case, but only until December 6th. Get everything for this holiday season at your local Metro or online at metro.ca.
This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
Well, a tough second half, 119-106. The Knicks win over the Raptors tonight. Welcome to the postgame show, live from Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy, Warren Ward up top and below. Javon Shepard. Javon, thanks for staying around with us. I mean, really, 6 of 32 from the outside, 18.8%. That is difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, that makes the game tough because you're losing the points per possession, and it wasn't a game of big runs. So you can get to understand that those possessions are that much more valuable. And I've said it a number of times during the broadcast, but when you're losing, the battle there, and neither team are making big runs, and you're watching the lead, just. It's almost like trying to hold water in a sense, right? And the lead is just slowly getting away from you. I think that's what makes the game difficult because you're not getting yourself in any rhythm. And I thought in the second half, they just increased their physicality. They were a bit more intentional in terms of New York, that is. They're just a bit more intentional in how they were approaching the game. Ran the basketball, knocked down DiVincenzo was, you can't say enough about him. He just came out and was a marksman, 7 for 9 from the three-point line. It just seemed like every one of those shots that he hit were big shots, especially when the Raptors were playing some good defensive possession. We're in a good defensive possession, moving their feet, rotating, and then the ball end up in his hands, and he's knocking it down. So, tough game, but you learn from it. You bounce back, and I think everybody knows by now, at this point in the season, it's not going to be perfect with this group. They're learning about each other. We're learning about them. But it's what do you take from this, right? And you're watching, both halves were 2 completely different games.
Yeah. Well, you got one guy who made more threes than the entire Raptors team. So yes. I'm taking your line. I said
That's
it first.
Okay. He was 7 of 9. The Raptors 6 of 32.
I mean, you're not going to win many games like that. You look through some of the other stats. The Raptors actually out-rebounded them. They out-assisted New York. But if you don't make your threes and you take 32 of them and you make 6, you're not going to win many games. I think just the second half in general, I want to say lackluster, but the performance just wasn't there. I said it at halftime. It was a bit flat, and it continued to be that way. And they couldn't generate enough energy and enough stops in a row and enough baskets in a row, right? Where things are going your way in the game. They couldn't generate that enough for them to pull out this victory, and that's why they lost. I don't think New York played necessarily better than Toronto, but they definitely made more plays than Toronto.
Yeah, to your point there, I didn't think New York played an amazing game.
No,
but if you're not shooting the basketball well, you're not making shots, and the numbers stick out with the 3-point shot, but they miss a tremendous amount of chippies around the basket as well that were costly. But if you're not shooting the ball well, you're missing chippies, then you've got to have that third person, that third element, that third, player in that mix that is coming out and contributing, right? And tonight you had Pascal that had 21 points, 8 rebounds. You had Scotty Barnes that had 29 and 9 night, but they just needed that third element there, that third weapon to come in and offset the fact that they weren't able to, the inability to knock down shots tonight.
Javon, I'm curious. So they dropped to 9 and 11, and clearly, with all due respect, everybody, there's two versions of this team. The other version played against Phoenix on Wednesday night and was very good. This team, because of the way we described it, first half is much different than the second half. So there's that energy thing to the eye test. When they have the energy, they look good. What can they do to infuse energy into their game when it's not there?
I think that's the toughest question, and I think the coaching staff is going to have a tough time wrapping their heads around that because where energy is concerned, you can't coach that. You can't teach that. That's not something that you put on the scouting report and guys lock into that, right? And the other component to that, the other element is that you can have 2 or 3 guys that come out with energy. But to win at this level consistently, you need your 10-man roster to have the energy collectively, right? So and it's always easier getting up for teams like Phoenix, getting up for teams like Denver, getting up for, some of the Milwaukees of the league, but you've got to be able to get up for the mid-level teams and the teams at the bottom of the pack, and that's something that if any coach in the world can figure that part out, right, you're going to be champion consecutive years in a row.
I like that answer. He put the answer on the coaching staff and not us, because we can't figure it out. I like that answer.
Energy's tough.
It's a hard thing to answer. I myself try to rack my brain around what the Raptors can do, and like Javon said, you can't really coach energy. It's not at this level. You don't get to this level without being energetic. So it's hard for players to say or coach say, hey, you got to get up and play as though this is your last game. And it's that we see that with the good teams. We see that with the Philly. We see that with the Bucks. We see that with Phoenix. But for some odd reason this season, when it's a team that is, and New York is no slouch, right? They're not a bad team, but they're not a contending champion per se this season. No one's expecting them to win a title, and it seems as though the teams that are title contenders, or at least that the ones that we think are, the Raptors seem to play as though they can be one as well.
Yeah.
Against those teams, and then against a team like the Knicks, it's like, well, we'll take a night off. So, good luck, coaching staff, because we don't have the answers.
Well, and that's a collective thing, collective energy.